Timmins start to pour it on a little bit, and you wonder if they're going to have some momentum coming into tonight's game. Even though they lost last night, there was something to build off in the last 20 minutes, and joked about it at the end of the game. Like my voice, the Thunderbirds were holding on for dear life at the end of the game, and we'll see if they can kind of regain what they had in the first 40 minutes of that one.
Well, I would imagine tonight, the first 10 minutes, you're going to see some great hockey. The sense of urgency right now, you're getting into the nitty gritty of this series. And for Timmins, they got to come out here tonight and really put the Thunderbirds on their heels, try to get the momentum back in this series. Down 2-1. Don't want to be going back up to Timmins down 3-1, trying to win 3 in a row off the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, absolutely. Timmins, only one lineup change. Power is out of the lineup. Victor Hortois comes into the lineup, but the lines are different. The first line of Lucas Lowe, Caden MacArthur, and Max Hamlin will stay the same, but all three other forward lines are going to have a different look here tonight as Brendan Perry trying to find something that clicks.
Well, again, for Coach Perry right now, I mean, he knows his team the best, seeing them all the time, and he's just trying to get that combination working right now. That 5-on-5, they've just been having trouble generating a lot of offense.
Yeah, it's been the power play that has been the catalyst for the offense of the Timmins Rock so far in this series. They were good last night. They only got the one power play goal, but they generated a lot of chances and built a lot of momentum through the power play, even though they only capitalized once. For the Thunderbirds, that is probably the message before tonight's game, though, is they need to be a lot more disciplined. We talked about it last night. Some of the penalties they took, they were not quote unquote good penalties. They were very undisciplined penalties, and you're playing with fire with this Timmins power play if you're going to keep giving it chances.
You have to use your head here if you're the Thunderbirds. Again, turn the other cheek, but the stick fouls, those hits after the whistle, those hits, 2 or 3 feet away from the boards, they can't be happening for the Thunderbirds. You're just giving Timmins that momentum on the power play to try to generate offense.
Mention the changes to the Timmins lineup. No surprise, there are no changes to the Thunderbirds lineup, and it's a situation of if it ain't broke, why fix it? Again, for the first 40 minutes last night, they were a dominant hockey team, and they caused Timmins a lot of problems, and they were not giving up many opportunities.
Well, again, for both teams, really, you got to play 60 minutes, to succeed. You can't let up at any time, or you can't get going, when you're down 3-1 with 20 minutes to go. For the Thunderbirds and Rock here, I mean, this is such a pivotal game.
Well, by the time tonight is over, this might be the only series that is going on in the NOJHL, as the other two series that are still going, Sudbury has finished off the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners, and in the other two, Hearst leads Espanola by a 3-0 margin, and shockingly, the Sioux Eagles, after a double overtime victory last night, lead Powassan 3-0 in their series.
Well, I doubt anyone other than the Eagles and some of their fan base probably thought that they'd be up 3-0 against the second place Powassan Voodoos. But again, credit to the Eagles, taking advantage of the opportunity and up 3-0 and have an opportunity tonight for a sweep.
And Jace Canorley playing unbelievable in net for the Eagles. And it goes to show you get a hot goalie and he gets hot at the right time. It could be a difference maker in a series. Back here to the John Rhodes Community Center. Expect tonight going to be another tight one. Again, game 2 was probably the aberration. It was 6-1 victory for the Timmins Rock. But we saw last night what we saw throughout the regular season. When these two teams meet, it's usually very tight.
Well, again, everyone talks about Game 4 as the turning point of a series, and for the Thunderbirds here tonight, get a stranglehold, try to get back up to Timmins, try to end it in 5. But again, you just don't want Timmins right now get that momentum back.
Yeah, and if you're Timmins, you're trying to make sure that you're back in Sault Ste. Marie on Sunday for game number 6. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back after the anthem, give you the starting lineup and netminders for tonight's game 4 of the NOJHL quarterfinal series between the Soo Thunderbirds and the Timmins Rock. This is NOJHL Playoff Hockey on FlowHockey.com.
for the Timmins Rock in net, Frederick Cousineau, record of 1-2. 2.60 goals against average, 917 save percentage for the Malartic Quebec native. And net for the Thunderbirds, Nathan McGuire, record of 2-1, 3.48 goals against average, 911 save percentage for the Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario native.
Last night, we hoped the teams would heat things up because it was pretty cold in the John Rhodes Community Center. Might be even colder here tonight. So
yeah, I guess they missed the memo of turning on the heat.
We'll hope that these two teams can give us another barn burner like we saw in game number 3. Pivotal game 4. About to get started here at the John Rhodes Community Center. As the puck is dropped and Timmins win the opening faceoff. Quick start for the Rock would be huge as they create an early turnover and a quick shot steered aside easily by McGuire. Picked up by Armitage and played in behind the net to Beard. Beard down low for Mason. Now the puck squirts free, and here on the near side it will be picked up by Gosselin. And Gosselin will gather speed as he exits his zone and gets as far as the red line, then just dumps it into the corner. 2 of the forwards changed. Turnbull went in on the forecheck, created a turnover as he got a stick on the clearing attempt, but Atkinson couldn't get it in deep, and out comes Sear. The captain had a goal last night. He opened the scoring of the game, trying to do it again tonight, as that puck took a funny hop off the boards, but no harm, no foul for the Thunderbirds. MacArthur to low, his pass intercepted as he tried to go cross ice. Devin Jones-McDonald will carry it in, tries to fight through a check from Clement Haga, gets it back to the point to Bondi. Bondi's shot wider than Ed Legler off the end boards, leaves it for Atkinson. Atkinson now throws it to the front of the net. Backhand shot by Legler, put just wide. Jones-McDonald couldn't find the loose puck, and out into the neutral zone it comes as Legler reaching for it, couldn't get a stick on it. Jones-McDonald knocks down his man, and it's Caden MacArthur with it for the Rock. Taken away by Atkinson, ahead for Jones-McDonald. He's got Pisnishny with him. Jones-McDonald takes the shot, and a glove save by Cousineau as he gets settled in early, and an opportunity for you to give your keys for the visitors.
Well, as I say in the pregame, the 60-minute effort for the Rock, you can't beat playoff teams by playing only 20 minutes. You got to have a full effort, come out here on time. And again, their depth scoring right now, they got to get some here. Paradiso, 36 points in the regular season, nothing so far. That's not going to cut it if you're going to advance.
Pisnishny trying to get it in deep, and he does. Puck down the ice. Icing will be negated as Mastroianni goes back to get it deep in his own zone. Christian, you had a really good game last night. Drew Christian as it comes to the front of the net, and it was in behind Pisnishny, who couldn't get a stick on it. Out to center. Here's Paradiso. You just mentioned him. We'll dump it in, and it goes to the glove of McGuire, who holds on. Now you can give your keys for the Thunderbirds.
Well, like last night, the defense, quick exits out of the zone, clean exits. You don't want the forward check of Timmins to get established. And puck management, too. You can't be turning the puck over in the neutral zone, bobbling the puck, causing Timmins to go in transition the other way.
Timmins wins another face-off. Now at the side of the net, and Barriana couldn't get the shot off. Caddick in behind the goal. Scott Etheridge there to try and help him out. Comes back to the point, and Hugesson will put it into the corner. Caddick wins the battle along the boards. Checked off the puck, though, by Arnold, and now Groth will send it into Cousineau, who scoops that one and will hold on. Not quite the flow that we had to start last night's game.
No, you can just see a little bit of nerves, both teams right now. Again, they know the magnitude of this game, the tipping point, being up 3-1 for the Thunderbirds or being tied 2-2. Again, just such a difference.
Face off to the right of Cousineau, and Turnbull will come in to take it. against Armitage and won cleanly by the Rock centerman. Clemenhaga to Armitage. Over the blue line, trying to get around Gosselin. It's swept off his stick, then Hill sidestepped a hit. And the Thunderbirds will come back out to center. A slash behind the play. You could hear it. It didn't see who gave it, but Brandy Beercroft made it known she didn't like that. Official's going to give them a little leeway to start this hockey game. Clemenhaga, dangerous pass to the front of his own net. Timmins got away with it. Then the puck got caught up with the linesman, and Turnbull will send it back in deep. Major turns it over. Liam Major didn't get much ice time last night, as getting a shift here early in this game. Pisnishny centering pass, and that was through the legs of Christian. Mason will send it in, and Hamlin, showing his speed, will get there first. Try to center it in front. He fanned on his pass, and then he's driven along the boards by Parsa. Parsa, though, broke his stick in the process. He's going to have to go retrieve some new stickwear, and instead he's just going to change as Pisnishny goes in on the forecheck. Sear behind his net. Puck took a deflection off the glass. It settled nicely for Timmins, and nearly a break, and Thunderbirds may have got away with an interference. Here's a chance, a ripped shot over top of the net from Hamlin. Sear couldn't keep it in. It's touched by Hamlin, and the faceoff will come outside of the Thunderbird zone with 15:24 to go here in a scoreless first period.
Well, again, a little bit of rope-a-dope here, a little bit of feeling out from these two teams. Not a lot of up and down, end-to-end action so far. Again, yeah, everyone knows the importance of this game.
Mastroianni can get it out. MacArthur brings it into the zone. He's got a man with him. Bouncing puck into the slot, and Hamlin couldn't settle it. Off the middle of the rink for Legler. Tried a back pass. Right idea, but it was off the skate of Sear. 5 minutes played here in the opening period. Bouchard now out there with Sear. Game started with Kevion and Sear together. Collision in the neutral zone. Groth and Lowe look no worse for wear, although Lowe shaking something off. He looked okay right away, but then he kind of grabbed his head. He's okay as a big head thrown. Bonvie ran over his man. Lowe goes down the ice. It's taken away and played back out to center. Huge hit there by Reese Bonvie, and then he throws another one on Kevion right in front of us as that puck goes into the Timmins bench, and Reese Bonvie sending a message here.
Well, again, it's that aggression. You have to have that control aggression. It's a fine line. You want to be aggressive, but you want to be over-aggressive where you're getting penalties and giving Timmins their power play a chance to work.
And no surprise, Bonvie heads to the bench and gets a tap from his coach. And I assume an attaboy to go with it. Side of the net, Timmins got to be careful. It's in a dangerous area. Hugesson will try and put it up the boards. And Gosselin retreating. That allows Timmins to clear. And Shin after it. Maxwell Shin drop pass shot. Didn't miss by much. Far side, Hugesson will put it back around the boards, but maybe a chance for Christian to carry it out. And he put it down the ice. Icing is waved off as Kevion slowed down. But he's able to get it up the boards, and here's an opportunity to break for Hortois. Victor Hortois shot right into the crest on the jersey of McGuire, and he'll hold on for a faceoff.
Again here, the transition game, both teams, you got to be careful with that puck. Can't be turning it over, at the blue lines or in the middle. Again, these teams so opportunistic, they'll take advantage.
Off the boards, and here's a chance for Turnbull to bring it in. He gives it off to Hill. Hill was stopped as he entered the zone. Turnbull trying to help him out, and he gets it over to the open wing, chased down by Murphy. Back to the point to Parsa. Parsa can't find find a shooting lane as it was dumped in and deflected up and out of play as Turnbull looks back to the official thinking that maybe he could have drawn a penalty when he was knocked down in front of the net. Murphy and Caddick on the draw, a little scrum, and Timmins will skate away with it. Etheridge sent it down the ice, and I'll go for icing as he was a few steps behind the red line when he dumped it.
Again, Thunderbirds done a real good job of that, where they just defend at the red line and not allow Timmins to cross it to get their shoot-ins in and then get icings as a result. There were about 5 or 6 times last night that happened as well.
So far, same old for Timmins. They haven't been able to generate much offense, but they've held the Thunderbirds in check as well. Doing a lot better job tonight than they did in the early going of last night. Here comes Caddick. Ahead for Etheridge. Etheridge to the net. That one wide. He was maybe looking for a deflection. Didn't get one. Now Caddick behind the goal. Etheridge giving chase, and he'll get there before Mastroianni. Centering pass off a stick. Bouncing around in the slot. Comes back to the point to Sear. Sear through a crowd. That's kicked out by McGuire. Mastroianni up the middle of the rink. Off the skate of Atkinson. Sear's got it. Found his teammate. But Beard had his stick lifted. And Legler, I should say, gave it away. Now Sear turns it over. Turnbull, little drop pass. Atkinson will skate onto it. Atkinson centering pass. Nice play there by Kevion to sprawl out and get in the passing lane as Gallivan forced back deep in his own zone. Being chased down by a Timmins Rock player. Murphy tried to get it to Turnbull, never reached him. Armitage will go the other way. Ryan Armitage is under 12 minutes to play here in this first period. Still waiting for not only our first goal, but our first scoring opportunity, as neither team has generated much in terms of dangerous opportunities. Lemonhaga back, and he'll play it up the boards to Mason. A heavy hit by Lucas Lowe as he rocked Wyatt Groff. Looks like Groff's going to be okay. And Lucas Lowe on the forecheck nearly created a turnover. Now he's got the puck. Lowe walking in. Had his stick lifted by Parsa. And then Parsa goes and sends Lowe into the boards as that gets a cheer from the Thunderbird bench. MacArthur quickly on goal, and he missed the net, and that will ricochet all the way back out to center ice. Lemonhaga as Bonvie was chasing him down. Got it ahead to MacArthur. They turn it over, and here goes Groff. Wyatt Groff dropped it off for Bonvie. Bonvie shoots, and that's turned aside by Cousineau. Bonvie on it. Spins away from a check. Into the circle. Centering in front, and Arnold deflected that on net. Cousineau, though, another nice save. As Bonvie went for the reverse hit, and he went down to the ice. And the bodies start flying here in this first period as Hamlin will dump it in. And he takes a heavy hit. Hamlin on the forecheck. Creates some problems in front. Hamlin! Oh, it was a bouncing puck, and he didn't get much on it as McGuire came across to make the save. There goes Mastroianni, and he'll dump it in as Christian gives chase on the forecheck. Drew Christian after it. In the corner, Pisnichny there to join him, and Sear knocked Pisnichny into the boards as the Rock will once again send it out to center. Gosselin had trouble handling it, and Hamlin takes Gosselin down to the ice. His play goes the other way, but Gosselin's going to head to the box. The late hit on Hamlin, and once again, it's undisciplined penalties being taken by the Thunderbirds.
Again, Gosselin's got to know better than that. You see your team going on an odd man rush the other way. You can't be doing that. And again, for the Thunderbirds, playing with fire.
Not only that, but right in front of the official. Face-off won by Timmins. They've been really good in the face-off circle in this game. It comes over to Hamlin walking in. Toe Drake's shot was blocked. And guess who Declan Gallivan got in the way of that one, but he's going to have to go off the ice after blocking that shot. As Sear, the captain, back in his own zone. Timmins trying to build some momentum and maybe open the scoring here on the man advantage. They did that last night, and it was Braden Sear. He's out there right now, waiting for the puck at the blue line. Now he gets it. Sear, cross for Hamlin. Hamlin back to Sear. Sear thought about shooting it, holds it. Now back to Hamlin. Hamlin, Sear, faked the one-timer, walked into the circle. Shot was off a leg and wide. Hamlin into the corner with it. Centering pass for Beer, turned aside by McGuire. MacArthur across the ice. Hamlin takes the shot. He missed the net, and that's going to head all the way back out to center. Unfortunate break there for the Thunderbirds. It got caught up in some snow, and now they're scrambling to get back. MacArthur centering through the legs of Caddick, and that will come out into the neutral zone as Sear couldn't keep it in.
Again, just little plays like that. Not being able to keep it in, just allow the Thunderbirds to regroup and get their bearings.
Lowe's pass was deflected and sent right back down the ice by the Thunderbirds. 8.5 minutes to go in this opening period. Mason. Drop pass, nobody home as that came outside the zone, and Bouchard.
I thought they were offside before that.
It certainly looked like they might have been.
A player we haven't talked about, I think Timmins sorely misses, Matthew Kim.
Oh, absolutely. One of the best defensemen in the league.
And not being able to, again, even playing on the power play here, it just sorely missed by the Rock.
Lucas Lowe, centering pass. Maybe one too many passes as Paradiso tried to get it to his teammate. Paradiso has it, goes across the ice. Now back to Bouchard. Bouchard shot, block. Paradiso open, but he couldn't get to the loose puck. Now in the corner, his centering pass from Paradiso didn't connect, and a clearing attempt goes up and over top of the glass. And not a play. We'll get our media timeout. I don't know if over the glass they do it or not. 7:54 to go here in the first period. Doesn't look like we'll get the media timeout. Oh. Or will we? Nobody knows. Matt Stefano thinks we should. But the officials say no. Face off one by Timmins. And that's deflected into the corner by McGuire. And behind the net. Barriana trying to get it in front. Right back to Barriana. Now the centering pass, and a great chance there goes awry. Atkinson skates right into Etheridge. He's got to be careful. Dangerous pass in front of his own net. Now an outlet feed for Legler. He's able to knock it down. Popped over the stick of Jones McDonald, and back the other way comes Barriana. Barriana waits, shoots, stopped by McGuire. James Legler. He tries to get play to open up. Finds Jones McDonald. Jones McDonald shot save. Rebound stopped as well. As Cousineau makes his two best saves of the opening period. We'll get our media timeout. 7:08 to go in the first. No score in this one.
Boy, again, you see Cousineau he is always thinking shot. Never looks to the other side. I mean, if you're a Thunderbird, you can have easy tap-ins if you can get it across.
Another fun one here.
Well, Powassan up 1-0. And you have to start in Espanola. Hearst up 3-0 against the Paper Kings. Dylan Roussel, the goal scorer for Powassan.
I don't believe Powassan started Bruggenhill tonight.
No, it's Champagne again.
Offensive zone face-off for the Thunderbirds. Armitage and Atkinson to the right of Cousineau. One by Atkinson. Legler knocked to the ice. Mason overskated the puck. Atkinson, though, had his stick knocked out of his hand, so he's got to go back to retrieve it. And the Rock now will carry it out to center. Given away to Bondi. His pass out of the reach of Legler, and that will go for icing. Thunderbirds won't be able to change. The top line of the Timmins Rock will come out. But you mentioned Matthew Kim earlier, and I talking to Alex Bajavansky before the playoffs, and he was one of the players I felt was going to be a difference maker. I did not know that he had suffered an injury at the time, and like you said, he's a big loss for Timmins. Here goes Jones McDonald chasing a down shot, and Cousineau caught a piece of that. I'm going to say no icing. And Cole Jarrett furious that was waved off. As the Thunderbirds turn it over, and Lucas Lowe tries to center it. Knocked away from Hamlin. Now comes back to Clement Haga. He misplayed it. Maybe a chance for Pisnishny. Pisnishny walking in. He's got a man with him. Pisnishny shoots. And Cousineau the save.
Again, you see how positionally sound Cousineau is there. Again, just square to the shooter. Didn't really give a lot for Pisnishny to shoot at.
You know, another player that Timmins would obviously love to have is Brant Romanuk. Now, he's not injured. He's just no longer with the team, but he's had a fantastic year, and he was one of the, if not the favorite to win league MVP prior to leaving Timmins this year. They did okay without him, as big hit thrown there by Lucas Lowe, but when you think back of maybe what could have been for Timmins this year, you wonder if they would have been able to chase down Sudbury for first overall. As a hit and a turnover. Now Kaloran walking in, and it's poked off his stick on a good back check there by Hamlin. Turned over again. Pisnishny couldn't get the shot off as he tried the toe drag. And Lucas Lowe will just send it down the ice. Bouncing puck wide of the net will go for icing. And Timmins won't be able to get a change. But this line of Lowe, Hamlin, and MacArthur quite often yesterday were out there for over a minute.
Well, it's really the only line that's been going for Timmins. So, again, your Coach Perry, you got to play the hot hand when you have the opportunity.
Face-off one, back to Mastroianni. Turnbull, cross the ice, got it through, shot, stopped by Cousineau. And now a pass back to Reel, and he bobbled it, and out to center it comes, and that will allow Timmins to make a change. Mastroianni up the middle of the rink, off the stick of Murphy to negate the icing, and Landon Hill goes after it. Hill to Murphy. Turnbull trying to get to the front of the net. Murphy fighting for it in behind the goal. Hill there to help him out. Turnbull there as well. Poke past him. Up the boards, and Parsa was kind of in the middle of a pinch or a retreat. Nearly got caught. But it's Parsa who has it now. And a nice feed up ahead to Landon Hill. He finds a streaking Turnbull, and Turnbull walks in around Shin. He's on his backhand, trying to get it to the front of the net, but Shin intercepted that pass. Another turnover. Parsa's shot off a stick and wide. As Timmins having some trouble escaping their zone. Across the ice from Maxfeld Shin. And Shin will dump it in and give chase. Into the corner with Parsa, and he drives Parsa into the boards. Comes to the point. Kevion across for Major. You had Bonvie all over him, and Major misplayed it along the boards, and here goes Arnold. Jaden Arnold. Pass was blocked. Arnold got it back in the circle, battling for it. Al Groth with it. Dumped in on McGuire. 3:33 left to go in this opening period. It has not been a work of art by either team so far. Mentioned earlier, I think both teams know this. What's up for grabs here is a centering pass in front. Great save by Cousineau as he robbed Legler. Atkinson takes a couple of hits from Bouchard. They continue to jaw on Bouchard again with a hit. Jones McDonald was trying to escape, but it was poked away from him. Now off the boards for Barriana. backhanded in wide of the net, and Gallivan back to get it. Good to see him back on the ice after blocking a shot and leaving earlier. Legler to Gosselin. Gosselin trying to get that bouncing puck to settle down. Etheridge trying to dig it free. Kaloran turned it over. Here comes Caddick. Got a couple with him. Caddick in front. Etheridge. Great save, McGuire, as he got the blocker on it, and back the other way goes Kaloran. Gavin Kaloran waiting for help. He's got Pisnishny joining. Puck ends up in the corner. Pisnishny couldn't get there. And around the boards it comes for Etheridge, who swipes it down the ice. And will that have enough for icing? It will not, as Reel's back to get it. Timmins changing. Reel skating down the ice with it. Over the blue line. Brady Reel goes wide and behind the net. Gets that puck back once again after losing possession. But then he turned it over, and Armitage gets it out to center. Right back in by the Thunderbirds. Clemenhaga across to his defense partner. And Christian throws a hit on Mason. Puck comes to Pisnishny, who walks in. Pisnishny tried to dance around the defenseman Clemenhaga, but he was knocked off the puck as Clemenhaga played that well. Murphy back in behind the net. Pisnishny gets a stick on it. Settles it for Christian. Centering in front, comes all the way back to Parsa. He tried to make a move, but he mishandled the puck, and it's back in behind the goal. Christian on it. Murphy. He's tied up by Hugeson. Landon Hill trying to dig it free. 75 seconds remain here in this first period of play. Still no score. Game 4 in a series that the Thunderbirds lead 2-1. At center ice, they battle. Hill overskated it. Went back to get it. And now Hill backhanded it to the corner. Hugeson, Clemenhaga. Back to Hugeson, and Ben Hugeson will move it out. There's Mason. Takes a hit from Gosselin. It comes back out to center. Sear now with it. Turned over to Jones McDonald. Gallivan has a look, and Declan Gallivan will skate it into the offensive zone. Toe drag, had it taken away, and back the other way comes MacArthur. Caden MacArthur with speed takes the shot off the stick of Gosselin and up and out of play.
Again, there, Gallivan, you got to know last minute of a period, you can't be stick handling the puck like that at the blue line. Turn it over, you get an odd man rush the other way.
Timmins has been good in the faceoff circle. Can they win a key one here late in this first period? They cannot, as McGuire will move it to Gallivan, who will send it down the ice, and it will be another offensive zone faceoff with 10.5 seconds remaining. Face-off won cleanly this time. Quick shot. Stopped by McGuire. Rebound right back out in front of him. And Gallivan cleaned it up. Down the ice. Legler will get there. No time left on the clock as he threw it to the front of the net. But that'll do it for the first period of play. Both teams had a couple of chances. Nothing that would probably be considered grade A chances. The goalies were good. They obviously didn't give up a goal. And we got a 0-0 scoreline after 20 minutes of play.
Well, 11-10 shots in favor of Timmins there. But again, both goaltenders, when called upon, very good and to be expected with the caliber of these two netminders.
Absolutely. And for the coaching staffs, I mean, it was sloppy. I don't think there's any way around that. There was a lot of turnovers in that first period, and controlling the puck is probably going to be a point of emphasis.
Well, again, making good plays under pressure. Again, it's those type of defensemen or those type of plays that win you series. Again, you know that the forecheck's going to be very aggressive. You got to get that puck out of there. You can't play around with it.
We'll see if either of these teams make any adjustments heading into the second period. We'll be back in about 10 minutes time to tee things up again through 20 minutes. No score between the Rock and Thunderbirds. Game 4 of this NOJHL quarterfinal. This is NOJHL Playoff Hockey on flowhockey.com.
up in this series. You have home ice advantage. Again, you're just gonna just let the play come to them, and try to take advantage of your transition game.
Sudbury has booked their spot in the second round. The two other series that are going on are actually in action tonight. 1-1 between Powassan and the Sioux Eagles. The Eagles, the possibility of a sweep as the 7 seed over the 2 seed. Powassan opened the scoring. It was Dylan Roussel. Nolan Nemeshek, the former Thunderbird, tied it late in the first period with just over, or just under, I should say, a minute and a half to go. Lucas Caulfield, his 4th assist of the series. No score between Hearst and Espanola. Hearst an opportunity to close things out against the Paper Kings tonight.
Just the importance of finishing these series early. Rest up, take care of some bumps and bruises or some nagging injuries, and for these teams that have advanced already or will advance, again, one less extra bus trip as well. I mean, these trips can take its toll. Coach Perry mentioned that last year, having to come down, play the Eagles last year. It took a lot out of them when they had to go to the second round.
The officials are back out on the ice. We are waiting the two teams to join them. Nathan McGuire, who's been very good in this series for the Thunderbirds, is the first on the ice. And now Frederick Cousineau will lead the Rock back out. So, we mentioned yesterday ice and the water buildup. I'm going to take credit. Thunderbirds skating around right now. I'm going to say that they listen to our broadcast and they're doing it because we said they should.
Ideally, the best place to do is on the other side, because you want to go down there for offense, and Timmins didn't really do a lot of that here in the second period before it starts here.
This is something I don't get. Every league does it, but 45 seconds left on the clock here, but everybody's ready.
Put it to 0 and start.
Just like when we golf together, it's ready golf.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be
no etiquette
because I always have the honors.
Yeah, no such thing as etiquette.
Thunderbirds won that face-off, and now they will try and go on the attack as Turnbull will dump it in. Landon Hill behind the net. Murphy around the boards, and Gallivan will jump up into the play. Got it as far as the corner, then Landon Hill blew a tire, but fortunately for the Thunderbirds, Timmins didn't have possession. And Hill is the one that is able to keep it in as Beard goes back to his defenseman, Kevion. Now it's Beard that's going to chase it down. Thomas Beard up ahead to Mason. Mason back to Beard, and he had his stick lifted. Now in behind the net, Gallivan will slow it down. Timmins was changing, so Gallivan able to skate onto it and move it ahead to Legler. Legler waiting for some help. Fell down to the ice, low. And Bouchard dig it free. There it goes, gets caught up in the water again. Fortunately for Timmins, there was no problems with that. Now MacArthur, nice move, MacArthur in! Stop by McGuire. MacArthur was stopped on a breakaway last night, and he stopped here on a partial break by Nathan McGuire as Devin Jones-McDonald absorbs a hit from Bouchard and just kept moving forward. Puck comes back to the point. And the Thunderbirds turn it over, trying to get it back. Can't catch up to us. Clement Haga will move it ahead for MacArthur. He'll bring it in over the blue line, but Hamlin was a step ahead of the play. And we'll get a whistle with 18:17 to go here in the second.
Hi, MacArthur. Very skilled player, undressed Parsa. Unfortunately for Parsa, McGuire bailed them out.
And Atkinson were discussing their Sweet 16 picks. His name too much in the first period. First game of the series for Hortwa. He's on the back check, and he'll pick it up, and he'll gather speed through the neutral zone, in over the blue line, and he fanned on the shot, then lost his footing. Back the other way, look out for Pisnichny, avoided the hit. Kuzino, the other way, look out for Pisnichny, avoided the hit. Kuzino out of his net, and he can play the puck pretty well, and he's able to get it out to safety. Here goes Kevion. Trying to get around Arnold, gets it to Hortwa. Hortwa on the shot, save, rebounds there, and somehow that one stayed out. I'm not sure if McGuire reached back to get a stick on it or not. It's ripped around and it comes back to Hugeson. Hugeson in behind the net. Out of the reach of Kadek. Bariana gets it. Out of the reach of Kadek. Bariana gets it to Kadek though. Kadek was checked. They got away with a high stick as he saw Arnold react as that puck is chipped down the ice. Kuzino's got to touch it, and he's going to have to cover it up as Groth was bearing down on him.
Well, Thunderbirds very fortunate there. A bad line change by the forwards. And it looked like even a 4-on-1 developed there, but Timmins couldn't convert.
Haga. His pass was intercepted, and Parsa, nice speed, found Landon Hill. Hill's centering pass was off a skate, and then he gets rocked by Clement Haga. Turned over by the Thunderbirds, and at the blue line, that comes out into the neutral zone. Bouncing puck, and here's a chance for Kadek as Bondi races across, and he gets there just in the nick of time. Bondi's clearing attempt, though, was knocked down. Middle of the rink, Etheridge to the front of the net, stopped by McGuire. The other way is Landon Hill. Hill to the middle of the rink. Murphy, chance, front of the net, poked away. Turnbull chasing it. Comes free to Bondi, spins and fires off the stick and over the net. There's Murphy. Down low for Landon Hill. Puck chop free. In possession of Groth. Groth has a look. He'll give it to Landon Hill. Makes a move around Bouchard. Hill to the net, shot off the stick of Kuzino. He didn't know where it was, but he's able to keep it out of the back of the net.
All right, this line here, again, just winning the one-on-one battles and creating scoring chances as a result. They've been a handful for the Rock.
Certainly have. I want to touch on a point you made earlier about the Thunderbirds and Kuzino, who always plays the shot and maybe looking for the pass. If you're Timmins, you got to start crashing the net. McGuire gives out a lot of rebounds. And if you're Timmins, you got to start getting people going right to the net, looking for those rebounds. And like we said last night with the Thunderbirds, you got to get a greasy one if you're the Rock right now. A turnover, and here's maybe a chance. Mason walks in, shot, bring it off the post, and that one went in. We're going to say it hit the back of the net and bounced right back out. And Mason makes it a 1-0 Timmins lead.
Again, turnover by the defense. Mastriani turning the puck over. And again, can't be doing that. Everyone was flying out of the zone. And a great shot by Mason to give Timmins the lead.
Cole Jarrett saw what you did because he gave his deep hair an earful when they got back to the bench.
Oh, deservedly so. You got to be better than that.
Thunderbirds trailed 1-0 last night, and they battle to get back in this hockey game as Kevion tried to dump it in, and that's off the helmet of Jones McDonald and out of play. We'll see if what I said earlier comes to fruition and play opens up a little bit now that a goal has been scored. Gallivan will go across for Gosselin. Touch pass, middle of the rink. Nowhere close to Atkinson, and Beard will dump it in as he takes a hit from Jones McDonald. Comes back out to center. Thunderbirds, dangerous pass, but got away with it. And now Atkinson was upended as he got low bridged by Mason, and Atkinson a little slow to get up, and I don't think the Thunderbird bench is going to be happy with that hit as Jones McDonald comes in. And McDonald heads behind the net. Try and drop it for Kaloran, who races after it. Kaloran around the goal. Bondi to the net. Cousineau the save, and he's able to hold on to it.
Well, same thing with the Thunderbirds. You got to start crashing the net, too. Try to get some traffic in front of Cousineau as well. He's going to see all those shots. He's going to stop them.
Off the draw, a little bit of a scrum. Haga moves it ahead. MacArthur met by Parse as he got to the blue line. He still got it in deep as McGuire comes out of his net to play. Got it to Kaloran. Out comes Pisnichny into the offensive zone. Pisnichny, Kaloran off his skate, and that trickled into Cousineau, who holds on for faceoff. 1-0 Timmins leading, 13:52 to go here in period 2.
Again, still plenty of time left for the Thunderbirds to get back in this game. Again, over half the game to go.
Pisnichny after it. And here's maybe a chance as Hamlin comes in. Hamlin shot stop. Rebounds there, and it's knocked away by Kaloran. It was on the stick of MacArthur for a moment. Kaloran knocked it away. And now it comes out to center as Sear couldn't get it in deep. Christian gets it right back. Christian trying to center in the front. Nice play by Sear. Another chance in front. Puck is loose. Comes to Christian. Backhand shot off a stick and over top of the glass.
Oh, good pressure there by the Thunderbirds again, creating those turnovers. Again, Timmins as well. You got to manage the puck better than that.
Turnbull and Shin. It's won by Turnbull. Mastroianni to the net, and that got through everybody. And Turnbull took a cross check in front of the net, and Terry Chitteroni wanted a call. He didn't get it. Now back the other way come the Rock. Paradiso back to Bouchard. Bouchard shot off a stick, and that will travel out of play.
Yeah, only one penalty so far in this hockey game, a blatant one right in front of the referee. But again, nothing else has been called since.
Thunderbirds want to get their top line out against this Maxfeld Shin line. Even though it's a defensive zone faceoff. It's won by Shin. Comes to Bouchard. Bouchard through a crowd, and McGuire will hold on to it.
That's a second time. Atkinson wasn't ready when the puck was dropped. Again, the referee has to wait for both players to put their stick on the ice.
And now Brendan Perry wants to make sure Kevion and Sear are out there against this top line of the Thunderbirds. Another chance off a face-off win, and shot was blocked. And Real will chase it down and get it to the blue line. Looks like that came out of the zone. Your Timmins, though, about 20 seconds of this top line spent in their own zone. You're not upset about that.
No, you're certainly not. Longer they have to defend and expend energy, makes it hard for them to come up the ice and generate offense.
And now the chess match has begun as the Armitage line comes on, and then Coach Jarrett counters with the Murphy line. Reel back to get it. And for Turnbull, he missed it. I say that is an icing.
Again, those are types of plays that don't show up on a score sheet. A Turnbull, you got to get at least your stick on it to negate the icing.
Armitage and Murphy will take the face-off to the right of McGuire. And it's won by Murphy. And Mastroianni, who had a turnover on the Timmins goal, moved it ahead, and Turnbull dumps it in. It's off of Sear. And the Thunderbirds will get one defenseman changed, and now Mastroianni goes off the ice as Gallivan back to get it deep in his own end. Nearly turned it over. Now Gallivan will try and join the rush. He turned it over again. Here's a chance shot, ripped just wide by Sear. Kevion will put it into the corner as he takes a hit. Now Sear met by Landon Hill. And behind the net. Out now with it is Mason. The goal scorer shot was blocked as that never made it through the crowd in front. And it comes to the blue line, kept in. Armitage then lost it, and Turnbull will move it ahead to Hill. Hill chased down by Kevion, who's still out there. Bouchard and Sear changed, and now up around the boards, and an opportunity maybe as Courtois comes in, left it for Mason. Mason to the net. Got a stick on it and put it just wide. Vincent Bondi the other way, and his pass was off a stick. The Thunderbirds, though, will try and get it in deep. They can't, and back on the attack comes Paradiso. Paradiso takes a hit from Bondi as he crossed the blue line. As Mateo Paradiso trying to get on the score sheet here in this series. Victor Courtois hit by Arnold, comes to Bondi. Bondi across the ice, Groth the shot, deflected and went just wide. Arnold turned it over. The bouncing puck comes to Pisnishny. Groth tried to get it back to Pisnishny, who had overskated it. Didn't work out. Parsa back in his own end for Bondi, and that's going to go for icing, and it's just really tough right now for the Thunderbirds to get anything going and any flow to their game.
Well, again, you're trying these 40-foot passes. Again, you got to narrow it down, 5-10 feet passes, and just go with speed.
This looks like a totally different team than what we saw last night.
I mean, it's credit to Timmins as well.
Off the face-off, it's kept in by Sear, and a blocker saved by McGuire. And around the net, MacArthur trying to get it back to Hugeson. Didn't work, and now Christian with speed around Hugeson. Christian trying to get to the net, and he's hauled down by MacArthur. MacArthur is going to go to the box as a penalty coming up here to Timmins, and a great job by Christian, who probably could have drawn the penalty with the slash he took, but nonetheless, for the Thunderbirds, maybe happy that it's MacArthur and not Hugeson going to the box.
Well, MacArthur on the back check is, again, Christian with the speed, going wide on the defense, and defense a little bit caught with their feet not moving, and again, now a big opportunity for the Thunderbirds.
Thunderbird power play was good last night. Let's see if they can get things going and get this game tied up. Gallivan gave it to Atkinson, back to Gallivan. Having a look into the corner, Legler, middle of the rink. Jones McDonald knocked off his stick, and it comes all the way out to center. Bariano watching Gallivan. Very aggressive penalty kill for the Timmins Rock. Here comes a shot to the net, kicked out by Cousineau. Gallivan, though, able to keep it in at the blue line. Try to go across to Atkinson, was off the stick of Bariana. Now into the circle, Legler, back to Gallivan. Gallivan looking, doesn't have a lane, left it for Legler. Legler across, Atkinson one-timer, didn't get much on that one, way over the net, and was touched by a high stick. The face-off will come outside the zone.
Thunderbird staff not happy with that.
Jared giving it to the official right now after that call, as he saw it very differently. Gallivan over to Legler, the captain. Under 9 minutes to go here in this second period as Legler bobbled it, and down the ice it goes. Gallivan ahead for Atkinson. Drop for Jones-McDonald. Devin Jones-McDonald at the blue line, being watched closely by Beard. Got it to Gallivan. Across he goes for Atkinson. Pass was off the mark. Atkinson, Legler, Jones-McDonald one-timer, and he didn't get much on it. And then Cousineau able to glove it down.
Thunderbirds had the right idea there. Is again just breaking through the seam. And Jones-McDonald, fanned on his shot.
Brady Bouchard trying to get under the skin of the Thunderbirds. Let's see, drawing with the bench, drawing with the players on the ice, drawing with the bench again. Face-off won by the Sioux. Bondi across to Christian. Christian into the corner. Pisnichny back to Christian. Pisnichny, Bondi. Across he goes. Shot, stopped by Cousineau. Rebound way up into the air. Oh, okay, I was going to say Timmins looked like they were going to get away with one, but Clement Haga is going to go to the box for delay of game. And it's going to be an abbreviated 5-on-3.
Well, again, great chance here for the Thunderbirds. Try to get advantage of this opportunity.
Scored on a 5-on-3 last night. They had a little bit more time. Well, this is interesting. Well, they didn't put Clement Haga in the box. They put a little gamesmanship here, I think. Timmins tried to get away with one. Clement Haga was going to the box and Hortois jumped in. I got to sort it out. 16 seconds here, 5-on-3. Big face-off. Won by Atkinson. Kept in by Legler. Over to Gallivan. Gallivan to Legler. Legler to Gallivan. Back to Legler. Little give and go. Gallivan. Side of the net. Landon Hill. Back it comes to Legler. Gallivan one-timer. He healed it. Didn't get the shot off. 5-on-4 now. Gallivan walks in shot. Blocker saved by Cousineau. Comes to Legler. Knocked away from him, and out come the Rocks shorthanded. Ryan Armitage will lead the rush. Carried it in over the blue line and took a big hit from Jones-McDonald, who raced back to knock him off the puck. Under 90 seconds to go in the power play here for the Thunderbirds. Legler mishandled it. Hill's got it. Back toward Legler, who knocked it down along the boards. Hill didn't see it. It was behind him. Did a good job to recover, but Timmins still able to get it out to center. James Legler will dump it in. Nobody on it for the Thunderbirds, and Kevion will send it down the ice and hit the linesman, but that worked out as Bariana got a second attempt and was able to get it into the Thunderbird zone. Cross ice feed for Atkinson, who had speed. Now Pisnichny, Kaloran in front, great save by Cousineau. Another chance as that puck comes into the blue paint. And Pisnichny and Kadek get into it with one another, and Atkinson and I think it's Bouchard once again. Those two have been jawing at each other all night long.
Oh, Thunderbirds getting closer and closer to try to tie this hockey game up, but Cousineau coming up with some big saves.
Another face-off win by the Thunderbirds comes back to Christian. Christian shoots. Waited a little too long as Beard got in the way. And it's cleared down the ice and in behind the Thunderbird net. Bondi up for Christian. 20 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Thunderbirds. Christian will carry it in. Goes around the boards and took a funny hop, went right to a Timmins player. Now at the blue line, slow down, and Caddick. Oh, no call being made. Okay. Thunderbirds got away with an interference there, that is for sure.
Boy, well, you don't see Coach Perry get real demonstrative on the bench.
Well, maybe here the hockey gods trying to even it up. Caddick coming in, stopped by McGuire. As he got the pad down to make the save. We'll get an immediate timeout with 6:04 to go, and you wonder if Coach Perry's going to ask for an explanation on how there was no interference call.
Well, that was a blatant attempt at a breakaway that was negated. And again, yeah, Coach Perry, he doesn't show a lot of emotion toward the referees, but there he did. 2-2 with the Eagles and the Voodoos tied. And 4-3 Espanola over Hearst after the first period. That might be a last shot wins game.
Yeah, no kidding.
And for some reason,
that's the Paper Kings way sometimes.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know if Helke got hurt last night, but he's not in there tonight for the Lumberjacks.
Owen Smith got going late in that first period, his first goal of the playoffs. Stasinski's got his fourth for the Eagles in that game. Russo got a shorthanded goal to tie it up in the second period for the Voodoos. Face off to the left of McGuire. Won by the Thunderbirds. And ahead for Christian. Christian to Kaloran. Pass knocked away and Lowe gave her right back to the team in blue. And a heavy hit on Christian by Lucas Lowe. And those two do a little jousting afterwards. Out of the reach of MacArthur, and that's going to go for icing.
Like, too many times the Thunderbirds just blind passes. Again, Kaloran there. Again, you got to see where you're passing the puck.
There has been a lot of turnovers in this hockey game by both sides.
Oh, this has not been a well-played game.
No, I don't think either team will feel that way, but it's still a tight one. As Sear will give an outlet pass. Hamlin will win the race to negate the icing. Sharp angle shot, nearly banked it in off McGuire. As that goes down the ice, icing is waved off as Kevion goes back to get it. Atkinson watching him. Now Kevion takes a hit as he collides with Jones McDonald, but he moves it forward. Hamlin at center, knocked down by Jones McDonald. Now played into the Thunderbird zone, but given away once again. Gallivan up ahead for Legler. Touch pass to Jones McDonald. Back to Legler. Takes the shot, blocked by Bouchard. And Bouchard will run Legler into the boards, and then a heavy hit by Lowe as he rocked Devin Jones McDonald. Back the other way, and Hamlin will once again win a race to the puck to negate the icing. Center it in front for Lowe and knocked away from him. Off the bench and into the play is Reese Bonvie, and he'll head down the ice on the attack. Bonvie goes wide, gets around Bouchard, try to center it off of Cousineau, and he covers it up.
Oh, he made the nice move and then lost control of the puck. Unfortunate there for the Thunderbirds. Like Timmins starting to throw the body around as well.
Off the face-off, Groth tried to win it forward. Nearly got the shot off. It's Clement Haga as far as center and back the other way. Thunderbirds will send it in. Bouchard will get there first. Bouncing puck came right to the front of the net. Over the stick of Clement Haga. Groth now will try and chase down Mason, who's got the only goal in this hockey game. Vancouver, BC native Nolan Mason made a, or sorry, check that, Callender, Ontario. It's Paradiso, who's from Vancouver, BC. Groth takes a hit, and that will force him offside, and then he gives Mason a shot for good measure.
these two teams don't play each other very often, but you can sense they're getting a pretty healthy dislike for each other as this series has progressed.
3:59 to go in the second period of play. 1-0, Timmins leading. And they want to guarantee themselves a trip back here to Sault Ste. Marie. What was that?
Wow, they call that icing.
That was very, very tight.
I can't believe that. He was a stride away from the red line. I've seen 3-4 strides and they negate it.
Face-off will be in the Thunderbirds zone. They'll win it. Turnbull can't get it out. Puck toward the net, off a stick and wide, and Rio will chase it down. Head for Groff, and the puck will come out, so I guess no harm, no foul on the icing call. Kevion up ahead. Shin gets the loose puck, shot off a stick and out of play, and seems like every 20 seconds we've got a whistle in this hockey game.
Oh, again, just has not been a work of art by any stretch of the imagination. Whoever wins this game won't care.
Almost feels like a September game. Teams getting to know each other and
they're
getting cohesion.
Again, haven't been a lot of flow whatsoever.
Turnover again. Great stop by McGuire as he bailed out his teammate there. Barriana had the opportunity. Gallivan will try and get something going. Gets to center and he turns it over. Caddick for Barriana. Barriana and didn't get anything on the shot. And now a chance for Pisnishny to go the other way. Ahead for Christian off his stick, and it will trickle into Cousineau, who will cover it up. And once again, we'll get a face-off.
Well, again, that's 3 or 4 times Gallivan. Again, trying to stick handle his way into some offense. But again, you get caught like that, your fours are flying up the ice. And you get odd man rushes going the other way.
I think right now, though, he's just trying to get something going. The Thunderbirds need a spark of some sort. Can they get it from the Groth, Bonvie, and Arnold line? Arnold saying, like, Devon's Blair was 2 strides into the circle, and they still dropped the puck. Clement Haga checks Bonvie. Arnold, I think, broke his stick, and so he jumped off the ice, and Groth lost his stick as well. Parsa turned it over side of the net chance and kept out by McGuire. Here's a chance now. Bondi, he's got Atkinson to the net. Bondi toe drag shot. Stop, loose puck in front. And it's cleared away, but not out. Now it's Parsa. Parsa to the point. Jones McDonald waits, shoots, tipped just over top of the net. Bondi behind the net. He got it to Atkinson. Atkinson back to Bondi. Quickly back to Atkinson. Try to go across the ice, but it's off a stick and down. As Parsa has to race back to get it. Under 2 minutes to go in the second period. Jones McDonald ahead for Atkinson. Atkinson around Kevion. Atkinson in tight in front, and it hopped over the stick of Jones McDonald. Play opens up just a little bit. Hamlin to MacArthur. MacArthur across, and that pass was blocked by Jones McDonald. Hamlin gets it back. Try to go to the point. Intercepted by Legler. 90 seconds to go in this second period. Jones McDonald in, and Legler will try and beat Sear to the puck. Those two are all tangled up with one another. Still battling as Jones McDonald got it free. Gallivan at the blue line, kept it in. Just out of the reach of Murphy. And now the puck comes to Lucas Lowe. Lowe walked around Hill. Knocked down to the ice. Turnbull trying to get to it. Pokes it free, but it's all the way back in his own zone. Being watched by Hamlin. Turnbull got it to Gallivan, who goes across the ice for Landon Hill. He couldn't handle the pass, but he's able to get possession back, and now at the red line off the stick and out of play with 48.7 to go.
All right, just some active sticks here by Timmins. Thunderbirds got to move the puck quicker. Again, great opportunity. But Kevion, good stick, negated the great scoring chance for the Thunderbirds.
Kaloran will win it forward, but picked up by Clement Haga and moved ahead, and maybe a late chance here for Timmins. A shot off a stick and over top of the net. Bouchard jumps up into the play. It's cleared out, and Clement Haga misplayed it, and now offside though, as Christian and Pisnishny try to take advantage of the turnover, but it didn't work out. Christian tried to walk through Bouchard, and Bouchard got knocked down by Christian. No call as Bouchard looked to the ref. Gosselin misplayed it. Maxfeld Shin walking in. Shin in front, chance. The shot was blocked. Another chance, and that one stopped by McGuire. Maybe one last chance here for the Thunderbirds, but they turned it over. Long shot in as Bouchard and Pisnishny get into it with one another. And Bouchard has definitely got under the skin of the Thunderbirds, as they are going after him any chance they get. Gosselin tangled up with Paradiso. 1-0 through 40 minutes of play, as Timmins will take the lead into the second intermission with an opportunity to guarantee that we'll have a game 6 in this series.
Well, again, just Timmins taking advantage of a turnover, and the Rock 20 minutes away from evening this series. Thunderbirds put some pressure on, but Cousineau again coming up big.
A little bit kind of like what we saw yesterday with Timmins, that at the end of the second period they started to find something, and then they built on that in the third. Thunderbirds really had nothing going until the end of this second period, and we'll see if they can build on that heading into the third.
Well, again, just got to convert your opportunities. Again, you had some chances, but the Thunderbirds weren't able to convert.
We'll see if they can make the adjustments they need to get back in this hockey game. They trail 1-0 through 40 minutes of play. We'll be back in about 10 minutes time to tee up the third period. This is NOJHL Playoff Hockey on FlowHockey.com. Welcome back inside the John Rhodes Community Centre here in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, as we get ready for the third period of play between the Soo Thunderbirds and the Timmins Rock. Game 4 of this NOJHL quarterfinal series. Thunderbirds up in the series 2-1, but they're down on the scoreboard 1-0 as the Rock got the only goal of this hockey game in the second period. Anthony Valade alongside Dominic Turco. And on that goal, Dom, it was off a turnover, and it was out of the back of the net as quickly as it went into it, off the stick of Nolan Mason.
Oh, just a great shot, but again, a poor clearing attempt by the Thunderbirds, and they've been guilty of that a few times here tonight. As again, got to manage the puck a lot better. But there, a great shot by Mason at the 4:37 mark to give Timmins the 1-0 lead after 40 minutes of play.
It remains 2-2 across the border in Sioux, Michigan, between the Powassan Voodoos and the Sioux Eagles, as the Voodoos trying to avoid elimination. And it was 4-3 Espanola last we checked, but already in the second period, in the first 5 minutes, 2 goals by Hearst. And they have taken a 5-4 lead as they try and close out that series against the Paper Kings. While we were off the air, we asked a few people around us just to make sure that we weren't seeing something differently, and there is a consensus that this has not been a very pretty hockey game, and we're hoping that this third period kind of turns around.
Well, it hasn't been very entertaining at all. Again, too many turnovers, by both teams. Again, too many bobbles of the puck. Again, it just at this stage of the season, these players have to be better than that. Because right now, again, we were saying this is more like a September game than a playoff game, and right now, again, you gotta, again, get going here. If you're the Thunderbirds, you're only one shot away from evening this game.
I'm wondering if there were some nerves coming into this one, and thought maybe that they would dissipate as the game progressed, but so far, it hasn't proven that way. But if you're Timmins, you're like, whatever. We don't care. We're up 1-0. We got a chance to send this back home tied at 2 and regain home ice advantage.
Well, again, it's a very tough place to play there in Timmins. So if you're the Thunderbirds right now, again, try to get this goal, tie this game, and see what happens.
You mentioned the road trips earlier, and obviously Timmins being a long trip, but they certainly would like to guarantee at least one more long road trip in this series, and that would happen if they're able to win this game and make sure they force a game 6, which will be here Sunday evening, right back at the John Rhodes Community Centre. Thunderbirds were up heading into the third period yesterday, and Timmins really put on the pressure, and you wonder if in the Thunderbird locker room that was part of the discussion, was let's return the favor.
Well, that, and even just who's got the shot that's going to tie this game up. Yeah, everyone looking around the dressing room, just say, who's the guy that's going to put us back in this hockey game?
And the third period is underway. Oh, and Murphy setting the tone early with a big hit. Comes ahead for Turnbull, and he tried to walk through Sear. Mason will dump it in. We'll see if the Rock try and maybe set up a bit of a trap here in this third period. As Sear puts it toward the goal. Oh, it got all the way through, and McGuire looked like he saw it late, but he was able to make the save. Sear through a crowd, tipped, and McGuire, got through. It was loose. He reached behind him, and he's able to cover it up.
Again, Timmins thought McGuire covered it up, and they all just started to skate away as no one is able to track the loose puck.
Snitchney will not be able to get it out. Low now chasing down Parsa. Moved ahead by Christian. Christian chipped it forward and Pisnichny will give chase. He and Bouchard go after it. On behind the net, Christian trying to chase down Bouchard. It's played ahead for Hamlin. He's got a lot of speed. Hamlin spins and fires to MacArthur. MacArthur couldn't get the shot on net. MacArthur, though, settles it down. Number 96 in white has it tied up along the boards. Timmins a minute 15 closer to tying this series up as they are keeping the Thunderbirds hemmed in their own zone right now. Christian took a hit from Lowe, and then Hamlin takes a hit from Bondi. Physicality starting to pick up a little bit. Parsa behind his net, turned it over. Low in front, MacArthur was left all alone, and he couldn't get a stick on another centering pass, and this time it's just chipped out to center as Pisnichny will give chase and everybody else changes. Pisnichny will bump Clement Haga. Ahead for MacArthur, icing is waved off as McGuire will come out of his net and he'll play it along the boards to Mastroianni. He gets it to Legler. Legler, Atkinson, little space, shot, scores! Bar down, Aiden Atkinson ties this game up at 1.
Again, a turnover at the blue line, and the Thunderbird transition so fast, and this line, you give them an opportunity on the odd man rush, and they're going to take advantage. A great shot by Atkinson, high glove on Cousineau, and we got a tie game.
Let's see if we get a little life in this one now. They expect the Thunderbirds will have their legs under them after that bolt of energy from Atkinson. Face-off will be to the right of Cousineau. Face-off won by the Thunderbirds. Quick shot by Real, and that hit Christian up high, and he didn't like that. Shin goes in on the attack. Maxfeld, Shin the shot stop. Rebound, that's off the outside of the net. No, it's in! It looked like it hit the outside of the net, but it found the back of the net, and it's tied up. Or, sorry, it's Timmins in the lead, 2-1.
Again, just those turnovers, and again, transition offense for the Rock, and Shin, again, great speed, and nobody following up and defending, and the Rock regained the lead as a result.
Victor Hortois in his first game of the series gives Timmins back the lead. Puck sent in on Cousineau, and he'll just hold on to it. Great answer for Timmins.
Well, it's a gut punch for the Thunderbirds. You work so hard to tie this game, and again, you just so quickly you lose the lead. You lose it again. Your Thunderbirds now. You just got to keep pushing. Can't let that get to you.
Back to Gallivan off the face-off and didn't miss by much. Etheridge. No icing. Gallivan. Mariana took it away. Gallivan got it back. Comes out in front for Caddick. His shot was blocked. And Clement Haga will jump up into the play. Oh, slash there by Bariana. He got away with that. Clement Haga from the point. Little knuckle puck. And McGuire had to be careful.
You just wonder right now, when you start shortening the bench here, if you're the Thunderbirds, try to get this tying goal.
Coach Jarrett rolled all 4 lines consistently last night. Like I said, you wonder now down in this game if that changes at all. Mason, who opened the scoring, back to his defenseman, and Mason calling for it, and he and Hill were all tangled up, and he lifted the stick of Hill and had the puck momentarily, but it was taken away by Parsa. Bondi. Up ahead for Turnbull, trying to get it to Hill. Murphy after Cousineau out of his head. Here's a chance for Turnbull. Oh, he put it wide. Timmins player may have got a stick on it. Parsa across the ice. Bondi rolling puck bounced right through the blue paint. Turnbull's got it. Looks toward the front of the net. Hill the shot. Cousineau the save. Bondi jumps up, puts it on goal. Tip just wide. Turnbull's got a centering pass for Hill, and that's stopped by Cousineau. Another chance. Bondi put it on goal, and that one was turned aside as well. Back to the point it comes to Parsa. Side of the net, tip just over top of the crossbar. Atkinson will try and chase it down. Thunderbirds putting on some pressure. Thrown toward the net, and Cousineau says, I've seen enough, and he'll hold on for a faceoff.
Wow, just great chances here by the Thunderbirds. Again, this line here doesn't play like a fourth line. They've had some great chances, and again, they've been a handful for the Rock.
Top line back out there. And so maybe Coach Jarrett is going to shorten the bench. Bouchard being watched by Atkinson, and Atkinson ends up falling down to the ice and lost his stick. Clement Haga has it. Now back right toward Atkinson, but he couldn't get to the loose puck. MacArthur takes a hit from Gosselin, who got his hands up. No call. Play will continue. Hamlin being watched by Gallivan. Long shot, big rebound. But Jones McDonald will go the other way with it. He's got Kaloran with him. Jones McDonald waits, looks, walks to the middle of the rink. Still doesn't shoot. Spins back toward the boards. Into the circle shot. Off the stick and into the rafters it goes as Kaloran and Cousineau collided. And Cousineau was down, but looks like he's okay.
I think Thunderbirds got away with one there with Legler. High with on Timmins forward. MacArthur.
Face off, comes to Christian. Mastroianni can't keep it in. Here's a chance now for Paradiso. Paradiso across the ice. He was looking for Hortois. Didn't connect as Hortois was sent down. Snitchney, puck took a wicked hop off the boards. It couldn't settle it. Paradiso checks reel. Puck comes into the circle. Still loose. Poked away from Shin before he can get a shot off. Pass from Christian. He turned it over. Comes back to the point. Shot through a crowd and wide of the net. Snitchney will gather and just flip it out to center. One in blue was there. Kevion forced back behind his net. Maxfeld Shin skates around Arnold. Dumped in and hard around the boards. Timmins changing, so Thunderbirds with some time. Parsa gave it away. MacArthur sidesteps a hit from Arnold. MacArthur walking in. Shot off the stick and wide of the net. Lucas Lowe back to MacArthur in front and put wide by Hamlin. Parsa's pass, a dangerous one, but it worked out, and 3 Thunderbirds on the attack, led by Groff. Groff, long shot wide of the net. Bonvie picked it up, banked to Bondi, back to Bonvie. Bonvie, shot, stopped by Cousineau, and he will cover it up for face-off. 13 and a half minutes to go. 2-1 Timmins leading.
Oh, Thunderbirds got to keep putting pressure on here. Try to get this tying goal. If you're Timmins, can't be sitting back right now, letting the Thunderbirds put all the pressure on you. Still so much time left here in this hockey game.
The entertainment factor is picked up here in the third period. Gosselin walks in off the face-off into the corner. Couldn't get it to Turnbull. Far side Beard. His pass was knocked down. Landon Hill Walks in, puts it toward the net, tip, stopped by Cousineau, rebound side of the net. Murphy couldn't get a stick on it. Oh, comes back toward the point, but Gosselin did not jump up into the play, and Armitage is able to get it all the way down the ice as Gosselin and Beard collide. Gallivan will slow things down just a little bit. Landon Hill can't get it out as Armitage was all over him. A little bit of a 1-2-2 here by the Timmins Rock as the Thunderbirds escape their zone and dump it in, but they're going to get a wholesale line change as played ahead to Armitage. Atkinson's got a man open, but he couldn't get the pass across as Armitage got a stick on it. Here comes the captain, Sear for Timmins, into the glove of McGuire, who holds on for a faceoff.
Well, again, for the Thunderbirds, get this top line on the ice. Fortunately, you're getting them in the defensive zone.
Both top lines are out there right now. Faceoff is won by the Thunderbirds. Off the glass and knocked down by Legler. Touched first by Bouchard to negate the high stick. MacArthur got it over to Lowe. Now back for Clement Haga. Puck comes free momentarily. Jones McDonald will try and chase it down. He overskated it. Thunderbirds would have been offside, so it comes back to Bondi. Plays it in, but didn't get it all the way in. As MacArthur, nice little chip pass to Lowe. His pass for Hamlin was knocked down by Bondi, and Legler will skate with it behind the net. Issy Parsa as the forwards start to change, and his pass was behind Christian, and that is probably a frustrating icing as there was really no pressure on Parsa, and he just misfired on his pass.
We'll see if Timmins can take advantage of this.
Off the draw, Bondi gets it out. Right back in by Timmins. Legler was trapped behind the net. Caddick had it momentarily, but it was taken away by Bondi, and he moves it ahead for Kaloran. Gavin Kaloran walking in, trying to step around the defense. It's in his feet. He got it right back to his stick. Now he takes a shot, and that one missed the net. Pisnishny couldn't get to it. Gosselin, a little late getting to it. He still knocked down his man for good measure, but Etheridge was able to get it out of the zone. The Thunderbirds were offside.
All right. 11:06 remaining for Timmins. It feels like sands in the hourglass, just going through so slowly.
No surprise, Braden Sear getting a lot of ice time here in this third period. As he got it over to Kevion. Up for Hortois, who, if it stands, has the game winner, and that puck is deflected into the Thunderbird bench. Kaloran, Gallivan, Christian, and pass. We're back to a little bit of ragged play here.
I think it's more Timmins' liking right now.
Yeah, if they can muck it up, they'll be happy. Timmins on the attack, but they're offside, so they got to tag up. Time for Gallivan. Mentioned earlier, a little trap looking like here for Timmins at the 1-2-2 as Christian will skate it in and dump it in as Kaloran after, but he can't get there. Not the blue line kept in by Mastroianni, but the forwards got a change, and Mastroianni was caught in deep. As Paradiso gets as far as the red line, just dumps it in on Maguire, who will cover it up as Hortois was skating in on him. And with 10-11 to go here in the third period, Timmins is holding on to their 1-goal lead. Game 4 of this NOJHL quarterfinal series, Thunderbirds lead the series 2-1. We'll head back to Timmins for Game 5. And the only question is whether or not we will know by the end of tonight if it's coming back here for Game 6 on Sunday. Puck comes to Legler. Bondi misfired on his pass. It still got to Jones McDonald, who missed Atkinson. Bouchard and Atkinson, who have been at each other all night, battle in the corner. It squirts free, and Bouchard knocks Atkinson to the ice. Legler's got it. Back to the point he goes. Bondi, Atkinson, shot. Rebound was there, and Jones McDonald couldn't get to it as Cousineau comes sprawling out of his net to cover it up. Atkinson had Jones McDonald. I don't think he saw him.
I was going to say he had him in the slot. And media timeout.
9:43 to go here in the third period. And the teams will talk about it.
2-2 at the Polar Stadium in Sioux, Michigan between the Possum Voodoos and the Sioux Eagles. 7-5 Espanola over Hearst late in the second period there.
Wonder if they can send some of that offense down Highway 17.
Yeah. As Helke back in the net for the Lumberjacks. Now 7-6. This might be last shot wins in that one.
Face off to the right of Cousineau. One into the corner. Legler trying to create some space. He gets some, takes the shot, and Cousineau might have caught a piece of that. Jones McDonald into the corner. Behind the net, centering pass from Atkinson. And Legler didn't see it as it squirts all the way down the ice, and Parsa back behind his own net being watched by MacArthur. Legler ahead for Jones McDonald. 9 minutes to go here in period 3 as Atkinson knocks down the clearing attempt. Puck was loose, but Atkinson couldn't get there. MacArthur will go back to Sear. Outlet for MacArthur. Beautiful pass right onto his tape. He puts it to Low. Low backhand pass in front. Loose puck. MacArthur trying to chase it down. That's knocked away by Murphy. Up ahead for Turnbull. Turnbull's got Hill going to the net. Tries to find him, but Cousineau just deflected it up and out of play.
Well, again, this line been trouble for the Rock to handle. See if the Thunderbirds can, again, get some more scoring chances from this line.
Time the enemy of the Thunderbirds right now. 8:36 to go in this game. Face-off won, though, by Turnbull. And back and behind the net, Turnbull will reach it, and he backhand passed it to Landon Hill. It was on Hill's backhand, so he couldn't make the play. It's fired toward the net by Murphy off of Clement Haga, who puts it up for Mason, who didn't play it. They're going to say that there's no icing as Maguire came out of his net. Armitage was there to pick it up. Clement Haga to the net. Tip goal. What a stop by Maguire as he kicked out the left leg. Murphy in over the blue line. Murphy to the middle of the rink. Puts it on goal, but it was off a leg and wide of the net. Under 8 minutes to play in this game. Ahead for Mason. Puts it on net. McGuire steers that into the corner. Kaloran to Gosselin. Gosselin up ahead, just out of the reach of Christian, and that is going to go for ice. And no, they're going to wave it off. Sear, whoa, heads up, off of a table and right in front of us. Everybody's okay. I think Jay Hauslander took a deep breath there as his equipment was in danger.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it come this close.
You okay?
I'll be okay, yeah.
Face off one, quick shot blocked as Sear got in the way of that. Loose puck picked up by Legler, but he mishandled it. He and Caddick battle. Puck comes free to the blue line. Gallivan waits over to Legler. Legler shoots, stop. Rebound was there, and it's played to safety by the Rock, and Caddick will carry it out. Evan Caddick over the blue line. On the attack, his pass though. In behind his teammate, and Devin Jones-McDonald will go the other way with it. Jones-McDonald trying to walk around Kevion. Kevion takes him down to the ice. Under 7 minutes to play. Parsa to Bondi. Bondi dumps it in as Cousineau comes out of his net. Legler in on the forecheck. Parsa played it to Jones-McDonald, who couldn't handle it, and Cousineau will cover it up.
Again, Thunderbirds just got to keep pushing here as try to get this tying goal. Again, it's not going to be a work of art to tie this game up.
Parsa shot off the face-off tip just wide off a Timmins player. And
that's a penalty. That's a penalty. He threw the puck.
Ariana will head to the box. Huge opportunity here for the Thunderbirds. Man advantage with 6:30 to go.
Again, there's no pressure on him to do that, and again, just a inopportune penalty.
Face-off won by the Sioux. Puck comes to the net. Bondi, though, had his shot blocked. It's to the blue line, not out. And a good second effort by Beard. Got it as far as center. Landon Hill with it. Hill will carry it in himself. He mishandled it as he got to the blue line. And down the ice it goes. And again, puck management has just been a huge problem here tonight for the Thunderbirds. Under 6 now on the clock. Here comes Christian. Christian makes a move, centers it in front, tapped. Oh, the net came off as Hill went crashing toward the goal.
All right, Thunderbirds are looking for a call. See if it was deliberately taken off the net. Off the mooring, excuse me.
Wishful thinking than anything for the Thunderbird coaching staff. Top power play unit comes out with 1:19 left on the man advantage. The faceoff was won by Murphy, but Atkinson overskated it, and that allows Timmins to send it down the ice. Atkinson, his pass in behind Murphy, and Thunderbirds looking a little discombobulated with this man advantage. Here comes Atkinson, ahead for Legler. He's got a little speed heading into the attack. Drop for Atkinson, over to Gallivan. Gallivan shoots, stop, rebound. Here's a chance, they score! Devin Jones-McDonald on the power play ties it at 2.
Well, again, a greasy goal there. Again, good pressure by the Thunderbirds. And the rebound given up by Cousineau, and Jones-McDonald putting it in. We have a tie hockey game here. A little over 5 minutes to go.
Mastroianni will send it in, and there's some energy in this building right now as Turnbull puts it toward the net, and that was blocked. Paradiso just puts it out to safety in the neutral zone. Landon Hill turns it back the other way, skates away from Paradiso. Hill trying to walk around Bouchard. Turnbull can't get the puck, and now Maxfield Shin puts it to Mateo Paradiso. Long shot in on McGuire, and he steers that into the corner. Mastroianni out of his zone, off of the stick of Hill. Clemenhaga as the pressure mounts. Oh, they're going to say that was onside, and that was not very close to being onside. Hortois looked like he was a good foot offside. Again, no harm, no foul, though, as Hortois, who's got a goal in this one, maybe had a chance. Along the boards, digs it free. It comes to the defenseman, and Kevion shot off a stick and out of play.
It's really got exciting here in this third period. Oh, again, kind of a role reversal from last night.
I mean, well, recency bias, but this is a really good game.
Yeah, so far, yeah. Yeah, this third period, yeah.
4:13 to go in a tie hockey game and the all-important game 4 of this series. Thunderbirds can't clear the zone. Lucas Lowe will glove it down. Hamlin centering, looking for MacArthur. Couldn't get it through. Now it comes out to center, and Sear will just play it back toward the Thunderbird zone. Middle of the rink. Hamlin with speed walking in. Takes the shot, and again, stick in the shooting lane. Deflects it out of play. 3:52 remaining here in the third.
Again, we've harped on throughout the whole game. Puck management here. Again, you just got to be sure with your passes, your clearing attempts.
Face off one cleanly. Comes across to Kevion. Shot in front. Hamlin fall into the ice. Got the shot off, but it went wide. Now Devin Jones-McDonald, who tied it earlier in this period, walks in. Atkinson, shot. Oh, he just missed the far post. And back the other way as play opens up. It's MacArthur. He's got Hamlin with him. MacArthur to the net. And McGuire will just keep things moving as he kicks it out. Centering pass in front, bouncing puck. Kept out. MacArthur a shot, and that's blocked. Loose in the circle. Lowe trying to find it. MacArthur gets it back to the point. Bouchard's got a chance to shoot. He does. And that's blocked by Gallivan in front. And the Thunderbirds will clear it to the blue line. Not out. Bouchard once again. In behind the net. Hamlin. Here's a chance as the puck comes to the side of the goal. Lowe will put it back to Bouchard. Bouchard finds MacArthur. MacArthur's shot blocked by Gallivan once again. Legler can't clear the zone. Another attempt, and that goes out of play, so the Thunderbirds can't change. And you wonder if maybe they're going to call a timeout here as an offensive zone faceoff with a tired line out there, and Armitage will come out.
You saw Coach Jarrett do it.
Or not Cole Colucci. Sorry, Cole Colucci's assistant GM. He's probably calling timeout. He's not even over here anymore, but
yeah.
Cole Jarrett is the one that called the timeout.
Are you getting excited?
Yeah.
Again, right now, this is really just a moment for the Thunderbirds just get their breath right now. And for the Rock here, you can set up a play to see if you can try to get the go-ahead goal. Again, the key is the face-off. Again, winning the draw, just what you do if you win the draw, what you do if you lose the draw, if you're the Rock.
Thunderbird fans trying to make some noise and get their team going. 2:53 remaining here in the third period. Armitage and Atkinson on this all-important face-off. Won by Armitage. Back it comes to Bouchard. Has a crowd shot. Save. Rebound that stopped as well. Another chance as they scramble for it in front. Comes loose. Oh, what a save by McGuire as he robbed Bouchard. Unbelievable.
Wow. great opportunities there. As again, the Thunderbirds are collapsing in front of McGuire, but that left the slot open, and McGuire bailing out his teammates with some great goaltending.
Bouchard is going to see that in his nightmares if Timmins can't come back to win this game. Another face-off, this time won by Murphy. Off the glass, but the Thunderbirds still can't get it out of the zone. Maybe now they can. Bondi across over the stick of Groth, and it's going to come right back.
I thought he touched it
because of an icing, but no, nobody saw it your way. Another offensive zone face-off here for Timmins. Another big face-off win by Murphy. It's up the boards, but again, not out. This time it's MacArthur, and he's checked off the puck before he gets a shot off. Hamlin toward the net, knocked down by Parsa. Finally, the Thunderbirds carry it out. Murphy on the attack, drop for Hill, but Lowe was there, and maybe a chance for MacArthur on the attack. MacArthur takes the shot, and he ripped it wide of the net. All the way back into his own zone. Now right back to MacArthur on the attack, looking for Lowe. Lowe to the net, he's taken down as under 2 minutes to play, and again the Thunderbirds put it out of play so they can't make a change as we've got 1:56 to go and another offensive zone face-off for Timmins.
Again, the Thunderbirds, a little bit of panic in their game right now.
Yeah, this is very unusual to see this much panic as the faceoff is won. One-time shot by Sear, nice block by Christian. He's got a man. It was Pisnichny who was alone. Kuzino's got to play it. That's Kaloran in on the forecheck, and he can't handle it. And Hamlin goes behind his net. Oh, Pisnichny, though, had an opportunity, and they couldn't get the puck to him. Gallivan ahead for Christian. Christian across for Kaloran. Kaloran should save. Rebound. Kuzino couldn't find it, but it's cleared away, and MacArthur will skate it out. 80 seconds to go. MacArthur takes a hit. He puts it into the glove of McGuire, who will keep things moving as he drops it for Gosselin. Gosselin across the ice. Kaloran slows it. Now he tries to chase it down as Bouchard gets there first, and Clement Haga behind his net. And Matt Stefano will announce the final minute of play in regulation. There goes Mastroianni. They stay on side. Mastroianni goes wide, throws it in front, comes all the way back to Atkinson. Atkinson took the shot, but he fanned on it. Chance to go the other way for Beard. He's knocked down, but Mason has it. Mason to the net. Off the glove of McGuire, and the rebound cleared away. Picked up by Jones McDonald. Devin Jones McDonald in on the attack, and he's stopped in his tracks as he goes into the corner, and Sear gets there first. Now the captain for the Rock will play it across the ice, and he found Thomas Beard. Beard at the end of a long shift. Long shot, and McGuire made the save, and he covers it up with 19.8 to go.
You wonder if Timmins called a timeout here to set something up with the face-off in the Thunderbird zone.
It's kind of a use it or lose it situation, so why not? But doesn't look like they're going to do it. Lucas Lowe and Arnold on the draw. It's cleared by the Thunderbirds down the ice, and Groth will try and give chase, but Kevion will get there. The Thunderbird bench thought that it hit the stick of a Timmins player.
Again, just right there again, just a play there. Just gotta control that. You can't just drill it down the ice.
How good has Owen Murphy been on the faceoffs here in this third period? He won another one. One last rush, maybe. Murphy was offside. They're going to not blow it dead. And game 4 is going to overtime. 40 minutes weren't very pretty, but the final 20 gave you everything you wanted and more.
Again, the excitement level went up tenfold at least for the Thunderbirds, good perseverance, getting that power play goal to tie it up. And again, second game of the series goes to overtime.
Both teams, obviously things that they want to clean up here, but like you said, maybe, you think that maybe momentum for the Thunderbirds, but the way that period ended, Timmins really starting to put the pressure on again, and I think Thunderbirds happy to escape and get this one to overtime.
Exactly. Right now, just everyone take a breath and just, relax. And again, the Thunderbirds right now, they were on their heels, but able to withstand the pressure and get it to overtime.
We'll be back in about 10 minutes time to tee up the overtime period. Again, 2-2 through 60 minutes of play between the Rock and Thunderbirds. This is NOJHL Playoff Hockey on FlowHockey.com. Welcome back inside the John Rhodes Community Centre here in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, as we get ready for overtime in Game 4 of this NOJHL quarterfinal series between the Soo Thunderbirds and the Timmins Rock. The Thunderbirds leading the series by a score of 2-1. This game is tied up at 2 apiece through 60 minutes of play. Anthony Valade alongside Dominic Turco, and the first 40 minutes were a bit of a slog, but the entertainment factor was ratcheted up in the third period, and it was the Thunderbirds who opened the score.
Well, Aiden Atkinson on a great shot, turnover at the Thunderbird blue line. That Thunderbird transition game with that top line, it's deadly. And Atkinson with a great shot to beat Cousineau, his second of the series. The assist going to James Legler and Gianmarco Mastriani at the 2:13 mark.
Didn't take long, though, for Timmins to restore the lead, and it was a player who was playing his first game of the series.
Well, turnabout's fair play because Timmins took advantage of a turnover at their blue line, and they went up the ice. And really, Maxfeld Shin was the guy that drove the play to the net, and Victor Hurtois with his first of the playoffs at the 2:33 mark, 20 seconds after the Thunderbirds tie it.
Just over 6 minutes to go in the third period. Ashton Barriana took a pretty bad penalty, or he closed his hand on the puck and he threw it up the ice, and that allowed the Thunderbirds to tie the game when they had the man advantage, as it was the number one unit getting things done.
Well, good hard work by the Thunderbirds, and Devin Jones-McDonald, his third of the playoffs at the 14:42 mark on the power play. The assist going to Owen Murphy and Declan Gallivan.
So that is how we got to overtime. Again, a very entertaining third period that was full of action up and down the ice. Out of town scoreboard, another game in overtime, or heading to overtime. That's the Sioux Eagles and the Powassan Voodoos. And in Espanola, it looks like it's defense optional. 7-7 through 40 minutes of play.
Well, again, just some great action here tonight and throughout this first round of the playoffs here. And for the Timmins Rock right now, again, the Thunderbirds, they got those active sticks. They've been really breaking up some passes. And we saw the overtime winner in game one was that clearing attempt up the middle that went off Christian's stick and into the net.
So we're just a few minutes away from getting this overtime started. And
you better hope this water freezes on the ice. There's a lot of water. You hate to have that kind of a play where it sticks cause the goal to be scored.
Worth a reminder, long change in the first overtime period, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Again, you got to make sure the puck gets in deep before you get off if you're either team here.
McGuire leads the Thunderbirds out onto the ice. And now Cousineau for the Timmins Rock. Reminder, what's at stake? Thunderbirds, with a victory, take a 3-1 series lead. Timmins, with a victory, guarantees that we've got at least one more game here at the John Rhodes Community Center on Sunday evening. Overtime usually goes one of two ways. Either you get something early because both teams go for it, or you get some tentative play and we might be here for a while.
I think the sense of urgency here, I think both teams are going to try to attack and get this over with quick.
Game 5 will be at the MAC Friday night. Both benches making some noise. Owen Murphy is out to take the face-off, and he has been fantastic in this hockey game. He won a lot of key defensive zone draws, and as I give him his flowers, he promptly loses the face-off to Armitage as the Thunderbirds force back into their own zone right off the opening face-off of overtime. Beard back to the point. Kevion puts it toward the net, took a deflection, and that didn't miss by much. Gallivan across the ice for Turnbull. Turnbull will flip it up, and now Murphy will give chase. Can he get there first? No. Kevion got a stick on it. Murphy tried to knock him off the puck. It came free momentarily, and the Rock will head down the ice. Bondi intercepts the pass, banks it off the boards for Christian. With speed over the blue line. Christian tried to shoot it. Puck rolled on him, got it back, looked in front of the net for Pisnichny, but the pass was off a stick and back out to center. As Bondi tried to dump it in, hit his teammate. Now Bondi gets it to Pisnichny, who couldn't handle the pass, and a chance the other way for Kevion. Played it off. MacArthur's shot off a stick and over top of the net, but that one will stay in play. As the Thunderbirds now will skate it out of their zone, and the puck got caught up in a little bit of water as Christian overskated it. Now it comes to Kaloran. Kaloran's got a couple teammates with him. Takes a shot, stopped by Cousineau. Big rebound. And it's kept in by Christian. Great play. Drew Christian walking and shoots. Oh, it's blocked. Another chance side of the net. Christian couldn't get a stick on it. Hamlin now will go across for MacArthur. Caden MacArthur going around Gosselin. Throws it to the front of the net. Stop. Rebound, and that's cleared away. Great play by Gallivan. May have saved a goal. And now he tries to move it up the ice. Ahead for Pisnichny. Now Devin Jones-McDonald. On it behind the net. Along the boards. Into the circle. Jones-McDonald still with it. Spins and fires it to Gallivan. Gallivan. In the middle of the ice, quick shot. Jones-McDonald had a block. Legler has it, puts it on net, and Cousineau made that save. Down the ice it goes. Icing is waved off. Thunderbird bench in disbelief. And the other way, they're going to say no icing as Legler. Oh, he had Atkinson, but he couldn't get a handle on the puck. Jones McDonald to Atkinson. Legler walking in. He was on his backhand. Now he just throws it into the corner as Groth will chase it down. Atkinson's there with them. End of a long shift for Atkinson, and now he might get caught out on the ice. No, he's going to head to the bench as Paradiso walks in. Mateo Paradiso was 1-on-3, and he couldn't get through everyone. Mastroianni, a nice little play there behind the net, gives himself some space, and Bonvie missed Groth, but he gets it over to Arnold. Arnold, little toe drag, but he takes a heavy hit from Kevion, and Arnold was sent down to the ice. Now Hortois. Maxfeld shin, and he's met by Real. McGuire fanned on his pass. Mastroianni to Real. Up the ice, a little touch pass from Groth to Bonvie. Bonvie shot off a leg and into the corner. Clement Haga's pass was slowed down, and in on the attack comes Murphy. He stops but lost his footing. Barriana would love to get some redemption after he was in the box for the tying goal. Arsa got to be careful, turned it over. Bondi was there to bail out his defense partner. Groth will feather it into the corner. Bouchard got there first. Turnbull there to help out. Whipped it around the boards at the blue line, kept in. Kaloran, Turnbull can't get a shot off, and Caddick will move it ahead. As Etheridge will send it in, McGuire out of his net to play it around the boards, and Turnbull will try and catch up to it. Kaloran picked it up, and now he gives it to Turnbull. Turnbull to Bondi, and that was a bad pass, and here's a chance for Thomas Beard. Takes a long shot, and McGuire will just calmly glove that and hold on for a face-off.
Well, again, just can't be doing those turnovers at the blue line. If you're either team right now, again, forwards are flying into the zone, you get caught.
Offensive zone face-off here for Timmins. Kaloran and Armitage wins it cleanly. Back to Sear to the net, and that one went wide. As comes back and behind the goal, and centering pass by Mason was knocked down, and Kaloran's pass is way ahead of Pisnichny. Beard, a nice little play to get it to Armitage, who lost it. And the Thunderbirds in possession. Pass intercepted. Read well by Sear, who now goes on the attack. Long shot stopped by McGuire. And behind the net, Gallivan. Kaloran. Christian. Not sure what that play was, but Christian got it back, but Kaloran was changing. Oh, I mean, Kaloran didn't know. And Christian got it back, but that would have been a glorious opportunity.
Well, again, just the puck management here. Again, both teams very lackadaisical with the puck.
5 minutes and 2 seconds played here in overtime. Atkinson wins it. Bondi will send it in. Bouchard will be the first one on it. Up the boards for Hamlin. Max Hamlin across for Caden MacArthur. Mastroianni was there, but MacArthur tied him up immediately. It's Mastroianni trying to muscle that one out of the zone. Atkinson's got to be careful, and he gets it over to the defenseman. And now Atkinson at center. Cross the ice for Legler. Off his stick, and now it comes to Jones McDonald. Walking in, shot, and kicked out by Cousineau. Bondi in behind the net. Vincent Bondi wrap around as the net comes off. And play is blown dead.
Oh. That doesn't surprise me that the net comes off the moorings.
No. Under 10 to go in the third period in Espanola. Still 7-7, 2-2. Overtime has started between Powassan and the Eagles. Arnold can't win that faceoff, and the Rock quickly out of their zone. Knocked down by Gallivan. Groth will send it into the corner. Sear back to get it. Hamlin was gloved down by Gallivan, but he's knocked off the puck, and that allows Hamlin to skate it out. Hamlin, MacArthur, shot off a stick and over the net. Groth will put it off the helmet of Bonvie, and now he'll just peel off the ice as the Thunderbirds get a line change. A little bit of a slow one, and that allows Timmins to clear the zone as Lucas Lowe will skate it in. Tries to fight off Hill, gets it back for Hamlin. The shot ripped that one wide of the net, and that will ricochet back out to center. Rock looked like they might have touched that puck, but no offside called as it comes to Turnbull, and he kicks it right to Bouchard. That puck goes through the rafters, and whistle will be blown.
Boy, again, if you're Turnbull right now, you got to get that puck in deep. You can't just leave it there at the blue line.
Coach Jarrett will put on the Kaloran line for this offensive zone faceoff. Kaloran and Shin on the draw. One, Pisnichny. Shot was off a skate and wide. Pisnichny tried to throw it in front. Kaloran will chase it down and put it back in the corner. Christian gloves it down. Back and behind the net, Pisnichny, but Shin saw it first, and he moves it ahead. Off of Paradiso. Thunderbirds right back in possession. Dangerous pass, but they got away with it, and Pisnichny ahead. Now behind the net, they're just not taking that second to find the open man as Mastroianni gave it away. And that'll allow the Rock to skate out. Mateo Paradiso splits the defense, but puck ends up behind the net, and then his centering pass was knocked down. Paradiso got it back, threw it in front. Comes back to Shin, who's at the blue line. Paradiso spins and fires, and that's in the feet of Pisnichny. He doesn't know where it is. And finally, it's cleared away, and this line's been caught out there for a while. Kaloran trying to get off. Christian will as well. Can Paradiso take advantage? The answer is no, as he was stopped at the blue line. And the puck comes free. Paradiso gets it back in deep, and now the Rock will be able to get a change. As Parsa will try and wheel. Waited too long to pass, and Bariana got a stick on it. Here comes Bariana, got Caddick joining. Caddick the shot, put it wide of the net. And now in behind the goal, it's Mastroianni. He stepped on the puck and fell to the ice. Back to his feet, and he's got it. He's being watched by a couple of Timmins players, and he'll just shovel it back for Parsa. Parsa throws it up the middle of the rink. It won't go for icing. Knocked down by Kevion. Thunderbirds still can't change. Defense are real tired right now. And they're stuck out there as here comes Kevion. Kevion got hooked up. Play will continue as Devin Jones-McDonald will skate it out. Parsa finally going to get off. Atkinson walks in around Bariana. In around the net. Takes a heavy hit, but it was the Timmins player that got the worst of it. As the puck's played back in for Legler. Gallivan had it hop over his stick and out to center ice. Under 11 minutes to go here in the first overtime. Hasn't been many grade A chances just yet. Here's Legler waiting, looking into the corner for Groth. Arnold is parked in front. Groth tried to go back to Gallivan, but that pass was knocked down, and Beard gets to the red line and dumps it in. Gallivan in behind his net, dangerously walks out in front. Now he looks ahead and he finds Bonvie, but Groth was a step ahead of the play, and Groth in disbelief that he was called for offside.
I don't know about that. I think Groth kept his skate blade on the blue line, but we're not the one making the call.
Save for a little bit in the third period. Coach Jarrett has continued to roll his four lines. The Murphy line is out there right now. And Murphy wins a draw. Timmins was the first one on it, but comes here near side to Gallivan, who's got a little space. Leaves it for Hill. Hill to the front of the net. It was into the feet of Murphy. Couldn't get a blade on it. Or a stick blade, I should say. He did get a skate blade on it. Here's Gallivan. Oh, he got a little miscommunication with Gosselin, and he gave it away. And here's a chance now for Armitage. Armitage across the ice. Crowd in front. Clement Haga's shot deflected toward the goal. Now in behind the net. Gosselin fights through a check, and Gosselin will skate it out. Beard is dog tired trying to get back. Gosselin, Turnbull shot off a stick and wide, and now the Thunderbirds got to get back. Although Beard's probably going to head off the ice. No, he's not. He's going to stay out there. There goes Bouchard. Good back check by Murphy. Mastroianni's got it. Got no help on this side of the ice. Down the ice it goes. They're going to say icing is waved off as Pisnichny in on the forecheck. Lucas Lowe. Now MacArthur settles, and MacArthur trying to make a move. That was played well by Bondy. MacArthur lays a big hit on Bondy, who puts it up the boards, but only Hamlin is there. Hamlin behind the net for Lowe. Lowe looking in front. Lowe centering across the ice, and pass was broken up, and out comes Pisnichny. He gives it ahead to Christian. Christian chips it in. Pisnichny centering off a skate. Now he throws it in front. Nobody home at the blue line. It's poked out by MacArthur. And Gallivan threw it away at center ice, and Lucas Lowe will walk in. Hamlin and Lowe turn it over, and Christian the other way, trying to go around the defense. Christian on his backhand. Got Gallivan joining. Christian waits, doesn't shoot, and the puck is taken away. Played to the blue line, but not out. Put toward the goal. Gosselin got it back. Side of the net, Legler. Legler having a look. Thunderbirds trying to put on some pressure here. Legler at the blue line. Keeps it in. Legler into the circle. Toe drag. He's rocked by Lucas Lowe. And Legler was knocked off the puck. Down the ice it goes, and ice is going to be waved off as Paradiso got there first. Got a man in front, chance. Oh, what a play by Bonvie to get back and maybe save a goal. Bonvie the other way. Atkinson to the net. Bonvie's pass. He reaches for it as Cousineau comes out of his net. And he covers it up. Chances for the Thunderbirds, but they barely generated a shot.
No, you see Cousineau playing shot all the time. They can get him back door.
But if you're Christian, you got to put that puck on net. You had so much time and didn't do it. No media time out here in overtime. And so you can't get the offensive zone faceoff for the Thunderbirds. One forward by Arnold, but he elected not to go after it. Hortois, middle of the rink. Shin ahead. Paradiso walks in. Now Groff made a nice play to get it to Bonvie. Bonvie in the middle of the rink, and he's met by Shin, but here's a chance now for Groff. The shot saved by Cousineau. Arnold checks his man in the corner. Paradiso turns it over. Backhand shot put just wide. As Landon Hill had a golden opportunity. Hill battling for it. Hortois. Groth will skate away with it in behind the net. Groth for Murphy. Murphy. Tried to play it to the corner, turned it over. Down the ice it goes, and Hortois will give chase as Murphy's back to get it. 6:40 to go here in the first overtime period. Landon Hill skates across the ice, in over the blue line, cuts to the middle of the rink, and he's met by Braden Sear. Thunderbirds forwards changing, and that allows Caddick to come out. Caddick had a great chance earlier in this overtime, and he couldn't convert. Jackson Turnbull to Gavin Kaloran. Kaloran trying to get around Kevion into the corner. And then Kaloran was hit by Kevion and knocked down to the ice. Bariana after Bondy. Touched by Kaloran, and it'll be offside call with exactly 6 minutes remaining on the clock.
Boy, this is heart-stopping action with the overtime here. Again, some great chances at both ends. No one able to convert yet. You wonder when fatigue starts setting in. That's when mistakes can happen.
Still tied in the other two games. Third period in Espanola, 7-7, and 2-2 in overtime between the Eagles and Powassan as Kevion lays another big hit, and Christian looking for a call. He's got to get back in the play. So he gives a shot to Kevion. Mastroianni ahead. Checked in by Kaloran, who walks in. Kaloran couldn't get the shot off. Christian trailing, and he knocks his man down, but he's forced behind the net. Now he walks out in front. Backhand pass. Great feed shot put wide. Mastroianni into the corner for Bondi as the two defensemen go to work. Pisnichny in behind the net, centering pass. Mastroianni as the net comes off. And we'll get a whistle.
Oh, you start seeing the players start bent over forward like that, just trying to get any oxygen into their lungs.
Atkinson in on the draw for the Thunderbirds, and it's won by Armitage. And Armitage has dominated Atkinson in the faceoff circle in this game. Atkinson poked away. Thunderbirds got to be careful. Gallivan and Beard battle. Gosselin will get it free, and Atkinson will skate out with it. Cross the ice for Legler. Legler drop pass. Jones McDonald, they stay on side. Jones McDonald to the net, and it just trickles into Cousineau as McDonald lost the handle. The longer this game has gone, has not generated heat in this building.
No, we may have to wait till June.
Cleared out by Bouchard. Pass across for Legler. He couldn't settle it down. Somehow got through to him. Lemonhaga can't get it out. Jones McDonald drop for Legler. Quick shot, and Cousineau may have got a piece of that. Bondi cross the ice. Legler drop for Parsa. Quick shot wide. Side of the net. Oh, Atkinson tried the bank play. And the Thunderbird coaching staff frustrated because the net came off again.
Well, I think Atkinson tried to bank it in off Cousineau, and it went through the crease.
It'd be tough to call the delay of game in overtime, though, if you're an official. Another face-off win, and Kevion will get it to Hamlin. Hamlin's pass across the ice. A couple of Thunderbird defensemen were bunched up together. And here's a chance for low center in front. Great save, McGuire. A game saver there. Comes to Hamlin. Hamlin's shot off a stick and goes wide of the net as Kaloran will bank it ahead for Pisnichny, and he'll chip it up and down the ice. Christian will give chase, and he rocks Kevion from behind. There's going to be no call, and then another hit thrown as bodies fly everywhere, and play continues, and now the whistle is blown dead. Yeah, there's a couple of dangerous hits in quick succession there.
Well, that's, again, that 2 feet away from the ice. Just a scary play there.
And so as Kevion gets checked on by his trainer, and looks like he's getting back to his feet, which is good to see. Officials gather at center ice. I think Kevion's going to head straight to the locker room here. I hope he'll be okay. Looking in a lot of discomfort.
We got one series set in the semifinals as the Eagles have swept Powassan 3-2 in overtime. And Marceau with the winner.
And so round 2 will be the Sudbury Cubs and the Sioux Eagles. As the officials continue to discuss here.
In a way, you can't re-referee the play if you're the officials there.
Well, especially because you let the first one go, which I truthfully could have been called against the Thunderbirds, but then the retaliation happens and you let that go, and now what are you going to do, right? I mean, I would hope in this situation the refs aren't asking the linesmen if they saw it. It was 2 very clear hits. I'm going to go over the timekeeper's box to have a discussion. Brandon Perry gets his explanation and a simple nod. We mentioned it earlier. 2 very different coaching styles in terms of how demonstrative they are behind the bench. Cole Jarrett is very engaged. Brandon Perry a little more calm, cool, and collected.
There's a Timmins player in the penalty box.
Yeah, Sears in the box. Which...
Wow.
Well, this is a little bit surprising. They're going to give Christian a 5 and a major. And I think his night's going to be over as Bonvie goes to the box. And Sears going to get 2 minutes. It's got to be a tough pill to swallow here because neither official made any gesture that they were even considering a penalty.
Exactly. That's why you cannot re-referee the play.
Yeah, I mean, Timmins probably happy because they know they're going to end up with a power play, but Cole Jarrett might need a new whiteboard as his just went flying. But they're going to get 4-on-4 for a little bit. And then it's going to be a Timmins power play. As Drew Christian's night's over. And Thunderbirds come in right off the face-off. Jones McDonald, the shot rebound was there, but Atkinson couldn't get there in time. And Hamlin the other way, lost the handle, and Atkinson feel for the Thunderbirds here. You got to take advantage of this 4-on-4 and try and end it. You be a little bit aggressive. But MacArthur's got it for the Rock. And he skates free. MacArthur takes the shot. Stop. Big rebound. And it's played back to Atkinson. Atkinson across for Jones McDonald. Gallivan joins the play. Jones McDonald, little space. Doesn't shoot it. And now he's forced to regroup. Over to Gallivan. Gallivan shoots. Block. Rebound, Jones McDonald. His shot blocked. And MacArthur going to try and get behind the defense. Nice play by Mastroianni. Gets it ahead to Atkinson. Drop back to the defenseman. Back to Atkinson in the corner. Thunderbirds changing. Mastroianni to the front of the net. Stopped by Cousineau. Outlet feed for MacArthur, and he's dog-tired. He can't go after it, and he'll go for icing. 54 seconds left here in 4-on-4, and then it's going to be a Timmins power play.
I think for the Thunderbirds, you just do whatever you can to score here in the 54 seconds. That's going to be a long 3 minutes to kill.
Off the face-off, Legler. Watched by Hamlin. Skates away, trying to get away from Bouchard. Finally got a little space. Legler at the blue line. He's just going to retreat out to center. And now he'll go back on the attack. Legler walks in, takes the shot, gloved by Cousineau. And they'll hold on 33 seconds. And then it's power play time for Timmins. Going to overtime in Espanola. All 3 games tonight go to overtime. Two minutes left in this overtime. And the Rock about to get a huge opportunity. Here comes Landon Hill. Hill to the net, shot from a sharp angle. Try to catch Cousineau leaning. Good idea there. The Thunderbirds a few times haven't put the puck on net. Hill there just trying to make something happen.
Well, again, right now, if you're the Thunderbirds, again, try to keep it in the zone here as long as you can.
Beard can't get it out. Now Groff. Centering pass in front. Into the feet of Arnold, who's trying to jam at it. Comes free, Arnold spins. Can't shoot. Another chance and got it through. Cousineau made the save, and now a penalty come up here as Arnold takes a cross check from Beard. And I don't think Beard's getting one. I didn't see any signal from the referee. Oh, the fans are into it. 1:29 to go.
Boy. The penalty's over now, so
Yeah.
the Timmins is on the power play.
Timmins is on the power play. .89 seconds to go in this first overtime. I don't know if these officials are getting any Easter gifts from anyone in attendance. Here comes MacArthur. Ripped it around the boards. Gallivan can't get it out of the zone. Into the circle it comes. At the point, kept in by Sear. Gives it to Hamlin. Hamlin waits. Side of the net. Chance. Here's a shot put wide of the net by Caddick. MacArthur's got it. 1 minute to go here in overtime. Left it for Sear. Sear. Shot tipped over top of the net and out of play.
Again, Timmins really hasn't had a lot of great ozone time here in this overtime. Just a great opportunity here in this last minute to try to even this series.
Caddick wins the draw. Comes back to Sear. Pass across the ice. Intercepted. And Arnold maybe going to try and make something happen. Jane and Arnold in the corner. They'll just try and pin it up along the boards as it's dug free by Caddick, and Arnold elects to stay out there as Beard was stopped and had to retreat. And now it's Hamlin across the ice. They stay on side. MacArthur to the net, bouncing puck off a stick and wide. Caddick centering pass comes all the way back to the point, kept in nicely there by Sear. Across he comes to Hamlin. 20 seconds to go in overtime. Shot off a stick and wide of the net. Chased down by Mason. Mason spins away from a check. Got tangled up with the official. Got it back to Hamlin. 10 seconds to go in overtime. Sear has a look. Back to Hamlin. Crowd in front. Pass was blocked. Gallivan a chance. Can he clear the zone? 2 seconds left. We're heading to a second overtime here in game 4 as the score remains tied at 2.
Gallivan again, just a tower of strength there, just getting his stick in the lanes. Again, just taking up time off the clock. Again, great job by the Thunderbird defenseman.
You know, we quipped before the last game of whether or not in a 6-1 game, you know, was it the missing piece was Gallivan. Well, over these last 2 games, he may have made a point that, yeah, I was the missing piece. He has been absolutely outstanding.
Again, just a tower of power there in the Thunderbird defense, and he's really, for the majority of that overtime, he played most of it. Coach Jarrett's just rotated other partners with him.
90 seconds left on the power play to start the second overtime period. And if Timmins scores with the man advantage, this one will certainly be marred in a little bit of controversy. But for now, we remain tied, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes to tee up the second overtime period. 2-2 through 80 minutes of play. Game 4 of this NOJHL quarterfinal series. You're watching on fullhockey.com. Welcome back inside the John Rhodes Community Centre here in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. As we get ready to start the second overtime period here in Game 4 of this NOJHL quarterfinal series between the Soo Thunderbirds and the Timmins Rock. 2-2 through 80 minutes of play. 2-1 Thunderbirds leading this series, looking to take a 3-1 stranglehold lead. Anthony Valade, Dominic Turco. First 40 minutes of this hockey game were not all that exciting. The last 40 minutes have more than made up for it.
Oh, it's been real fun to watch. Unfortunately, near the end of the first overtime period, some real rough play kind of took away some of the momentum in that overtime, and Thunderbirds have a minute 28 to kill off here in this second overtime.
Yeah, a little bit of controversy. Just to recap, Jack Kivion was checked from behind by Drew Christian. No doubt that it was a penalty. No arms went up. Christian then received a retaliatory hit from the Timmins captain, Braden Sear. Play continued, no arms went up. And then, after the play came to a conclusion, the officials got together to talk about it, and they gave Christian a 5-minute major and they gave Sear a 2-minute minor. Thunderbirds had their opportunity 4-on-4. They couldn't capitalize. But now they've killed off the first minute and a half. They got 88 seconds left here to try and kill off this penalty and get this back to even strength.
Well, one thing that's going to benefit the Thunderbirds, it's not the long change here for the penalty killers. So you can roll through your penalty killers much more quickly if you ice the puck.
Officials are out onto the ice. Again, the biggest shock in a long time, I think, in the NOJHL from a playoff standpoint. The Sioux Eagles have swept the Powassan Voodoos 7-2. They won 3-2 in overtime. The Hearst Lumberjacks trying to sweep Espanola. And that game, at last check, overtime had started 7-7 in the middle frame. And they are about 3.5 minutes into that overtime. So it is possible that this will be the only remaining series after tonight. Game 5 goes on Friday. If Timmins wins here tonight and or on Friday, Game 6 will be back here on Sunday. Thunderbirds would love if they know that at a minimum, if the series returns here, they'll have a clinching opportunity by winning the game here tonight. And they would like to, even better if they could finish it off on the road, but have to find a way to kill this penalty. Get this back to even strength. Though, Thunderbirds are dangerous shorthanded. And you wonder if Timmins, knowing that they got the man advantage, if they might take a little extra chance here, which could create an opportunity for the Thunderbirds.
Well, again, for the Timmins Rock, their power play been very dynamic, especially up in Timmins. But again, right now, you just don't want to be, if you're Timmins, just too cautious and just let the time bleed.
You imagine the players got some oranges and some bananas and maybe some peanut butter sandwiches in their system. Played 80 minutes of hockey, and they played 140 minutes of hockey in just over 24 hours. As games 3 and 4 were back to back.
it's going to be a tough turnaround too, you know, playing again Friday night.
Benches making noise. Arnold and Caddick out to take this opening faceoff. And it's won by Caddick, but it split the defense. MacArthur forced behind his own net. Sear ahead, and Hamlin sends it in and gives chase. And it comes free to MacArthur. MacArthur leaves it for Sear. There's a crowd in front. Sear over to MacArthur. MacArthur, side of the net, through the legs of Caddick. Now he tries to jam it back out in front. Centering pass intercepted. Arnold can't get it out of the zone as he was checked as he was trying to clear it. Now it's Hamlin. Hamlin, backdoor feed, and it was off a stick and over past MacArthur and then cleared down the ice by the Thunderbirds.
Well, again, Timmins have had their chances too on the power play.
MacArthur was called for, got caught up in the ice right in front of the Timmins net. Bouchard then got caught up in the, sorry, I said the ice, on the water, I should say, and then got caught up in the water and behind the Timmins net. Got to be careful as out they come. Mason in over the blue line. Mason being watched by Kaloran. He rips it around the boards. 15 seconds left on the power play. Comes back to MacArthur. MacArthur across. Bouchard shot wide of the net, and that will ricochet all the way back down the ice, and that'll do it for the man advantage as we're back to even strength. And MacArthur out there playing defense. He's going to stay out there. He's going to lead the rush. MacArthur to the net. Big rebound and put away out of a danger area by Gallivan. And now Devin Jones-McDonald on the attack. Lost the handle. He's able to chase it down. Shot stopped by Cousineau. Jones-McDonald gets it to Atkinson in front for Legler. It hopped off his stick. Comes back to Atkinson in the circle, but it's taken away by Paradiso. Mateo Paradiso into the offensive zone, knocked away by Legler, and they go back the other way. It's Atkinson sending it in. Jones-McDonald can't get to it. Cleared back out to center, and Maxfeld shin with speed, and he was just knocked off stride. Tried to center it in front, but Parsa was there to knock down the pass, and it's cleared out to center. Clement Haga to Hugeson. Didn't call Hugeson's name much in that second period, or that overtime period, I should say. He's out there now, though. Comes to Hill. Hill will carry it in. Hill goes around Clement Haga, throws it in front off the skate of Murphy. Now Parsa trying to get it to the net. That's knocked down as Ben Clement Haga can't get it out. Kept in by Turnbull. Left for Hill, and then Hill collided with Shin. And Paradiso will just flip it out to center as Parsa. Bit of a dangerous play, and then a clearing attempt failed. And then Hortois tried to shoot it, and he fanned on it. Kaloran the other way. Walks around Shin, but then it was poked off his stick, and it comes back out to center as Hill will send it in, and Cousineau comes out of his net to play it. Left behind the net for Bouchard, and Kaloran nearly got there first. Bouchard will carry it out. Dump and attempt, hit a Timmins player. Now back into the Timmins zone it goes. Braden Sear down the ice. Icing will be called as it gets past the goal line, and an offensive zone faceoff here for the Thunderbirds.
And not surprisingly, Coach Jarrett puts a top line on, trying to take advantage of some tired legs here for the Rock.
Atkinson and Armitage. Armitage has dominated Atkinson today, but Aiden Atkinson wins that one-timer by Killer, or by Gallivan, I should say. Centering in front in the blue paint. The puck was loose, and somehow Cousineau kept that out of the net. Gallivan's stick shattered on the initial shot, and that puck got to the net, was sitting in the blue paint, and Cousineau somehow kept it out.
Yeah. Again, just crash the net if you're the Thunderbirds here.
Face-off won by the Sioux. Gallivan to the net, and that shot was blocked, and Mason didn't like how that one felt, and Mason trying to get off, trying to maybe shake it off. Is he going to stay out there? And another misfire on a pass by the Thunderbirds, but they back in possession. Gallivan to Devin Jones-McDonald. Devin Jones-McDonald, Hugesson stumbled. Jones-McDonald shot saved by Cousineau. He tried to center it, and Cousineau knocked it away. Now Bondi retreating as Armitage with speed. Armitage stops, has a look, and just plays it in behind the goal. Along the boards, it squirts free. Clement Haga will keep it in. As Legler was knocked down, end of a long shift. Now Atkinson up the ice, and Groff got a stick on it to negate the ice, and as Clement Haga goes back after it. Bariana, Etheridge, Eden Etheridge. Had it knocked away by Gallivan, but he chased it down, passed across for Sear. His shot through a crowd, and McGuire made the save. Gallivan. Pass ahead for Bonvie, was knocked down by Etheridge. Etheridge checked, puts it in behind the net. Gallivan on it. It'll come back to Etheridge, into the circle, shot, save, rebound, still loose, and they score! Eden Etheridge ties the series at 2.
Go over it over again. You have a chance to get the puck out. You got to be hard on the puck. And Thunderbirds couldn't get it out. And we have a tie series as a result.
Well, we talked earlier, is if you're the Timmins Rock, you got to crash the net because there are rebounds to be had tonight from Nathan McGuire. As Quivion came out there to celebrate with his teammates. And the Timmins Rock are going to have a much better bus ride home after ensuring that this series is coming back to the Sioux for at least one more game.
Well, again, right now, if you're a Thunderbirds, you can't hang your heads now. You got to try to win a game up in Timmins here. And again, it's a tough loss, but again, the Thunderbirds, you got to be careful here. I guess something got said at the end of the game.
Aiden Atkinson had some words for Marcus Policiccio, and he didn't like it. I don't know if Atkinson got a penalty or not. I think Marcus Policiccio just told the bench to make sure that Atkinson didn't say anything more. But at the end of the day, Timmins gets the home ice advantage back as they tie this series at 2, and it heads back to Timmins on Friday night. Eden Etheridge, the overtime hero here, making it a 3-2 final in double overtime for the Rock. For Dominic Turco, I'm Anthony Valade. Thank you all for tuning in. This is NOJHL Playoff Hockey on FlowHockey.com.